we can make everything live. Yeah, so welcome to Cubs Corner, and I give directly to Greg.
Hello and welcome to our 250th 4th of July episode. Woohoo! So happy birthday to America. And of
What? This
course,
is episode 250? Why nobody told me that?
I'm not sure what number this episode is for us. I lost track a long time ago, Cub.
The German one was 666, as you know.
Yes. We have with us Cub, the infamous Cub from Lone Wolf Cub and Derpango. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Der Japango.
Oh, there you go. I was not pronouncing it
Yeah, but
correctly.
Greg, I'm confused. I thought you already have learned German.
Oh no, I did it.
You told me you are a native speaker. That you speak perfectly German, and that's why you want to be on my German stream here.
Right. Well, maybe a Texas version of a native speaker, as it were. But yeah. Anyway, it's being the 4th of July weekend in Germany as well. Once again, Mayor Cub has refused to close the beaches. The thing is, it's not the people of Germany who are in danger. It's the sharks. The Germans keep biting the sharks.
Yes, I told the stupid sharks not to come here, but they don't want to listen. So it's not my fault, clearly.
So anyway, we have a pretty good lineup of stuff to talk about today.
I think we have the biggest lineup ever, or not.
Yeah, it feels like it.
This is the longest lineup because we have 12 movies or something like that.
Yeah.
And then 2 TV series.
That's right. So we'll try to get to all of them. We're waiting. Hopefully, Cat Claw Entertainment will be able to join us. She's currently occupied, but hoping to get here. And also, he was with us in the pre-show, but he had some more technical difficulties himself, and so we lost Bazzil Broketail, hopefully only temporarily. So for now,
I hope
Mike
he comes back, and then we add him to the stream.
Okay, so yeah, I know he was excited to be on the show because he couldn't make it last time because he had to work, and I was sick last time, missed my first show in 6 years.
Yeah, but we had already a show without a real rating, without the swords and dragon swords and things like that.
That's true.
We can't have another stream without real rating. This is confusing for the audience. How should they know how a movie is rated without Bazzil? Can you tell me that?
I don't think they can.
Yeah.
I mean, his rating system is highly complex.
Yeah.
You know, it's a series of either 5 or sometimes 10 or sometimes 3, but it goes from 1 to that. But also, I mean, it might be 3 out of 5 battle swords. But then he'll say battle swords up or down, and I'm not sure always that I know what that means.
Yeah, and he never told anyone the secret of his rating system, so we can't replicate it.
No, he refuses to discuss it.
Yeah, which is a smart move. So he kind of makes himself what you call it? You can't do anything without him.
Indispensable.
Indispensable, yeah.
Okay, I popped my first top on my first beer for the day.
Yeah, I have already a first beer half away. So
right. Well, it's 7 hours later over where you are, though. So it's still early morning here.
It's also 7 hours later when I started the beer, because this is the beer from the last stream that I didn't finish.
Oh my God.
A very slow drinker, as you know.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is what always drives Jess crazy. Because I'm such a slow drinker that I just need 1 beer per stream or something like that.
Now, I can remember you drinking a wee bit more than that at times.
Yeah, but we call that drinking problem. And besides other people, I move on with my life and try to evolve. So for me, it's good sign that these problems, drinking problems, are far in the past, years ago, and I'm glad I kind of got rid of them.
Well, I am too.
Yeah.
It has made you a little more grumpy, though.
Yeah, no. Last weekend I was drinking. Last weekend I went out drinking for one night and got really drunk and spent, as usual, too much money. But it was the first time this year.
Yeah, I hear you. You got to let loose every now and then, right?
It was this hot day, last Friday, where it was really, really hot. It was, and I
was going to ask you, do you have air conditioning in your apartment?
No, I don't need that here, but people have things like that here in Germany, if you can afford it. But in my case, it's not just that I can't afford it. I don't need it. I normally the heat doesn't get to me like with other people. I'm because of
like a lizard. You're half lizard, remember?
No, because of my Palestinian roots, we don't sweat as fast as the potatoes here.
Oh God, my roots are from Scotland, and we're covered with hair, and we don't do well in the heat.
Oh my God! So you came already? You came? You were born drunk already, or what?
Yeah, right. You saw
that was the Irish guys, or not?
Yeah, right. You saw the Scots drink all the beer up in Boston in the soccer thing.
That but funny. What are they supposed to do? Watching boring soccer, which nobody cares for?
Hey, I used to play soccer.
Yeah, I too, by the way, 2 years when I was a child.
But you're right. It's fun to play.
It's a fun game to play, but it sucks to sit and watch it.
By the way, how does the US do? Because the Germans decided that we have won so many World Cups, and we decided to go out of the soccer game. We don't need any more wins. That's why we decided to let the other one win. You have seen that.
The Germans played here in Houston in the stadium a few miles away, and they won 7-1 over somebody. So
Croatia or somebody like that.
No, it wasn't Croatia, and there's a lot of nations, Bazzil. So don't just keep guessing. There's a lot of nations in that tournament. I'll tell you what.
I made a very interesting comment on soccer on my German stream 2 days ago, Greg.
Okay.
When somebody asked in the chat why we are not talking about soccer, I asked here my fellows here in the stream. I asked them if besides Germany, also other African groups went out of the tournament, were kicked out. If there are other African players also disappeared from the tournament, like Germany.
Do you have a lot of African players on your team?
Yes, of course. We have 5 at least, or something like that, or half of them. It's not a German what do you call it, team. It's supposed to represent Germany with barely any Germans in it.
They're not even citizens of Germany? Isn't that?
I don't think so. Maybe there are citizens, but most of them don't even speak German.
Oh.
So if there are citizens, it's the kind of citizen, we need you as a player for our team. So here's your citizenship, because the citizenship here in Germany, as you know, isn't worth anything. Everybody gets it.
Oh, man.
we have open doors for everybody, especially.
So even if I came over there and to raise hell, I'd be accepted, huh?
Yes.
Welcome, Bazzil.
Yeah, and this immigrants who are getting here citizenship just because they are here, but just because we're so stupid, let them in. We talk about them in Citizen Vigilante, as you know.
Well, that's the thing about Germany. It's easy to get in, but you can't get out.
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's true.
Welcome
You are not
in,
even
welcome
no,
in, but you can't
no.
leave.
No, but it's really true in this case because these immigrants,
Bum, 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 bum.
when they commit crimes here, they are not thrown out. That's our problem. They can stay here, kind of forever. And yeah, and we have here the same problem as these problems. I think it's
Oh yeah.
isn't it the same problem in the US and also
Oh,
in
yeah.
other European nations? It's kind of the same problem everywhere, or not?
Yeah, it's these illegal immigrants aren't meshing with the society. They're not even trying to, learn the language or the customs or anything like that. And if you look back in history, you can see it. What caused the eventual destruction of the Roman Empire? Well, many things: the devaluation of currency, the emperors changing all the time. But one of the primary things, on their borders, they let in all these immigrants. And the immigrants came in, they learned their ways, and then they overthrew them. They destroyed them because they didn't value what they came in to immigrate to. They took Roman citizenship, but they devalued it, and then they turned on them, and they used their own tactics and weapons and stuff against them because they had learned from the Romans
Hey,
themselves.
Greg, I don't understand. You want to tell me when you let somebody into your country who clearly hates you and makes no secret about that he hates you, hates your culture, and doesn't want to have anything to do with your culture, that these people maybe overthrow you if they can and take
Yes.
away your country? You want to tell me that? Oh my God. It's unbelievable or not?
I'm just giving lessons from history. I've got another one for you. There was a certain people, and they had problems with the Indians, the Comanches, and so they decided to let in some immigrants from across the river. Well, that river, happened to lead to that was Texas, and the immigrants who came over were the white people, and they ended up overthrowing the people who invited them in. It didn't take that long either.
Yeah, of course. But that's the way it goes. But in our case, as you know, okay, for people who are listening to us, this is an entertainment stream, and
Right.
We are just talking now a little bit politics or whatever.
Yeah, we're
Not that
talking
people-
history, historical
history,
examples.
because we have
The
200
Roman Empire, the Texas Revolution, all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff. We bounce all over the place.
Yeah, and also we have 250 years celebration of the states.
That's right.
So it's kind of
Being
fitting.
free from the British, down the British. Woo!
Oh my God, I so envy you because I'm still under the British, as you know, here with digital pollution, with the digital pollution.
That's
stream.
right.
I try to get it Brit free since years. So you are so far ahead of me. You got rid of your Brits.
Woohoo! You never really get rid of them. They're always right there. They hang
know.
around,
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
and but the thing is, the problem with our situation here is the traitors, the politicians, who are working together with the invaders. Because here in Germany, our politicians, they are breaking the law, the actual law, and changing it and things like that to let people in here. Just to let people in. And they're even breaking the law, but they don't care. I think they want to let as many people in as they can to make as much destruction to the country as they can, and then they take their money and run before they get prosecuted. I think that's what they are doing. Or what do you think? Take their money and run before they get prosecuted.
I'm hearing echoes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
No, I agree. That's exactly what's happening. They've sold out their oath to their constitution if they ever took an oath, and they've
yeah,
just it's despicable. They're doing the same thing here.
yeah, yeah. If somebody like Merkel here, our chancellor 10 years ago, if she says, "Oh yeah, we have to have these people open all borders, let everybody in, especially from these Arabic countries," and I have Arabic roots myself, so I know what I'm talking about. And even I say this is insanity. I don't want anybody of these assholes here in this country. And even
Well,
I say that.
well, if my good friend Eli Lopez, he's gone now, but he was of Hispanic heritage. His people fought right alongside my people in the Texas Revolution. Because yeah, my family's been here that long, and we were the original immigrants who came across the river and overthrew the Mexicans. So they shouldn't have let the immigrants in. And it's a lesson from history, but it's also something very serious. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of people being hurt and killed by these immigrants, and
Yeah, and a lot of women being raped. This is also something people don't talk about here. And this happens daily, on daily basis. So it's really, really, really serious subject matter. We are going to talk a little bit more about it when we come to Citizen Vigilante, because that's what the movie is about. But the movie is a completely different animal. Doesn't mean I like this movie or I think it's a good movie or something like that. But yeah. So Greg, what do you think? Should we start with the regular stream?
Oh yeah, we've been talking. Sorry about that, everybody. We get distracted sometimes and off course, but yeah, we'll come back to that topic another time. It's
we'll come back to it when we talk about Citizen Vigilante.
Yeah, well, so you're gonna come up pretty fast then. All right, let's get the stream going then. The first one on the list, Mortal Kombat, the 2026 movie. So I was able to watch some of this. I'm having problems with my equipment over here. Something's going wrong. Hey, it looks like somebody's back.
Oh my God!
Oh, now they're gone. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so were you able to watch the movie? What did you think of it?
First off, it's Mortal Kombat 2, not Mortal Kombat. it's
right, but which number of the? God, I played the original game, right? I liked the game. It was like the iconic one of its type, the early version.
Yeah. But wait a second, Greg. Bazzil doesn't turn off his camera. I don't want to put him in with his camera on.
Okay.
If
you want me to text him?
Yeah, no. maybe he thinks, oh, why doesn't Cap put me in? But I don't want to embarrass him. I don't know if he wants his camera on. If you understand what I mean. Hello? Greg? Ah! Oh, I see. This stream is again. It starts great. As usual.
Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm there.
I sent him a text.
Yeah, but you understood the problem. It's not. I didn't want to put him in when his camera is on because I had the feeling.
Well, I
that
told
it
him.
Was not
I told him to turn. I told him to turn off his camera.
I got it.
And there he is.
I'm having problems. Yeah, I'm having problems with the provider today. They gave me a fit. They keep blocking everything I'm trying to do.
Yeah, because you are dangerous. You are a dangerous battle dragon. What do you suspect? They don't trust you.
That's true.
Maybe they know better.
Now that Bazzil's here, before we get too farther, did you get to see Mortal Kombat 2, Bazzil?
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2, of course, they're worthless. They were too chicken shit. Well, they were too, afraid to put a
What was
a
your
good guy
rating?
like Johnny Cage. I'd give it one battle sword up, maybe half a battle sword up. That's it. I'm not going to go any further than that. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, it was really.
They replaced Johnny Cage.
But it wasn't so bad
with
that
a guy
you
whose
gave.
superpower, whose superpower is wearing like literal pilot armor. It's just completely worthless.
Yeah, it was not about Johnny Cage.
Right.
And sorry, I
No,
don't
but they
care
replaced
for
Johnny
art.
Cage.
They killed him
They
off?
literally replaced Johnny Cage with a guy whose superpower is wearing like literal, plot armor like Cole's Arcana is just a suit of armor that absorbs damage. Really?
Yeah, they killed off the main character from the first movie. This was the one that was killed off. The first one that was killed off.
Did they replace him with women?
They replaced him kind of with Johnny Cage.
Okay.
But then in the
sidelined
movie,
him.
we got a Johnny Cage who is at the end of his career, who is kind of washed up actor and old. Yeah, old and he still hasn't his powers. He gets his power during the movie, but then we also discover it's not the Johnny Cage story anyway, because then we see that it's about the little girl that her father was the king, and the kingdom was overtaken by the bad guy, and this girl was raised from the bad guy as his daughter, but she still wanted to take revenge, and it was kind of her story. And at the end, she's the one that takes the revenge, takes her kingdom back or something like that. So the whole movie wasn't even, it was really a kind of what you call it when you tease people thinking, oh, it's this story or this guy.
A bait and switch.
Yeah, it was kind of a bait and switch. And I really didn't care at all for this girl.
Yeah, from what I could see of it, I didn't like it either. I was able to watch parts of it. It sucked. I agree with both of you.
It bombed anyway. And also the last Mortal Kombat was also not that great. I think the only good Mortal Kombat is the first one, the old one from the 90s here.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. Any other way, they try to be more serious or something like that, and it never works. With Mortal Kombat, if you want to do it really serious, this would be not even R-rated. It would have to be X-rated or something like that, because it would be too brutal if you want to make it really serious. But the whole thing with Mortal Kombat as a video game, I thought it's so over the top that it is kind of ridiculous and therefore kind of funny. It's more like
well, yeah, they spend like $75 million on the movie just to say, oh, like this is the real Mortal Kombat tournament. Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah,
the actual tournament doesn't even happen like the movie does. Nothing like it.
Yeah, you're completely right. As I said, and if you could maybe make it like something like a story of Ricky. Greg, have you seen that? Or do you know which movie I'm talking about?
I know I've seen it. It's been a while. Why don't you refresh my memory?
It's a super old from 1982 or 3 or something like that. It's an old splatter classic where Ricky he is kind of investigating in a prison with evil prison guards and so on.
Oh yeah.
But it's kind of like a supernatural thing, because at first you think they are normal, but then you get they have completely over the top powers or something like that.
Glowing. I remember glowing stuff and
yeah. But it was crazy.
Yeah,
completely
I remember.
It was exactly what you would think Mortal Kombat would look like if they would have done a Mortal Kombat. It's completely over the top, so gory that it is ridiculous.
Oh, you got four-armed Goro. He's going to be tearing people in chunks, and you've got all kinds of awesome fatalities where they pull their spinal cords out. You're right. That would almost have to be X-rated, right?
Yeah. But as I said, I would say also it's not worth our time to waste so much time on it. I don't recommend it, not because I hate it or something like that. I just don't care for it. It's just the tournament, as Bazzil said, is not even the real tournament. Also, why shouldn't we care for it? It was not established as anything threatening to our reality or something like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just typical Hollywood garbage.
Yeah, CGI Hollywood garbage.
I mean, it could have been better if they would have put Johnny Cage in it. You know, he was cocky and privileged dude. You know, it could have been more interesting.
Yeah. So,
but overall, even that, there's little hope the movie would have been any better even with him.
So, Bazzil, did you get a chance to see The Punisher, and what would be your rating? Before we even start, we'll get your rating.
The Punisher, huh?
Yeah, Frank Castle, he's a guy who likes to go around murdering people, famous Vigilante.
Yeah.
Really, it fits in good with our other Vigilante movie that Cub is talking about earlier.
Yeah, The Punisher.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I want to.
That's about as woke can be.
Okay, well, that's not a rating. I asked for your rating.
All right, well, we'll give it a 1. Yeah, I give it 1 battle dragon up, 1 battle dragon sword, and that's about as far as it's going to go.
Okay. What do you have to say about the movie, Cub?
First of all, it's not a movie. It's just a 40-minute whatever, or not. Or would you call this thing a movie, or would you call it a TV episode? Maybe.
Yeah, it's like the Mandu and Grogu thing. I'd say it's the same as that. It's TV episode writ large. Just because you put it on the big screen doesn't make it theatrical quality.
No, it was not on the big screen. It was a Netflix special or whatever, or Disney Plus or whatever. It was just a 42-minute episode of Punisher. But they called it a movie, but it wasn't. You have seen it or not?
Yeah, it's pretty stupid because you have John Travolta playing the main villain like he's trying to win an award for most dramatic singing in a mob movie.
No, we are not talking about this Punisher. We are talking about the Disney Punisher that came out a month ago. The Daredevil Punisher.
I'm confused.
No,
but this is not.
We're all confused.
This Punisher is not.
That's why the movie didn't get a good rating. Yeah, it didn't make a damn bit of sense.
Yeah, but did anybody see this Punisher that came out a month ago? Because I put it on the list.
My God, my coffee's cold.
Oh my God.
No, but
I think I watched the wrong one.
Yeah, because didn't you wonder why I put a 10-year-old movie on the list?
Well, it's Cub's fault.
And also,
Cub's got this fantasy with a long list of movies.
You were adding a lot of stuff, Cub.
I told you have to watch harder. Didn't you learn anything from Die Hard 2? I don't understand.
I don't understand either. It's all so confusing. But the point is, even the stuff I did watch, I had a lot of problems with it getting chopped up. I was talking about this with Bazzil. He's having the same issues with the constant
disruption with the internet.
Yeah, and then it'll shut down. So we both had trouble watching the stuff for this stream, and the list just kept growing and growing.
Texas is in a heat wave, Cub. we're in a massive heat wave. We're getting a lot of huge sunspots, and they disrupt a lot of shit around here. They disrupt communications a lot.
There is no heat wave. I don't believe in global warming, as you know. This is all in your head.
You don't believe in tornadoes. You don't believe in hurricanes. You don't believe in heat waves. What the fuck do you believe in?
I told Greg when he is in the middle of the hurricane, he had to stay exactly in the eye of the hurricane, and then he stays fine.
That's true. If you can
There's
keep
no
in the
problem.
eye, you stay safe.
Yeah, so I don't see any problem here. So
you don't understand.
Okay, so
Germany is completely different. Europe probably has much better internet connections. We have shit over here in the United States.
Yeah,
it's so restricted. Everything is restricted.
Yeah, we're dealing with like flint. That's how we light fires, with flint, and it's so backwards. Bearskin rug.
Hey, so you are saying, Greg, Germany has the superior internet?
Apparently.
They do.
Yeah. Another great victory for Germany.
Oh my God! You sound just like the character.
Put it this way: the technology in Europe currently supersedes that of the United States, because Europe had 4K TV and 4K broadcasting years before we even moved into 1080p.
Okay.
So,
Cub,
and y'all were already seeing 1080p high definition when we were still in this bullshit antenna stuff.
Nobody cares about that, Bazzil. Wait, I wanted to ask Cub, what did you think about my Cub versus humanity video?
I was completely confused. Was I for humanity or against humanity? I was completely confused. Greg?
I see. It's like Greg got zapped.
Oh my God. We lost Greg?
It's that internet connection, man. I'm telling you.
Hey,
well, sometimes you're for humanity, sometimes against humanity.
Oh, okay. Because I tried to.
Nein, the humans, yeah, the robots.
Yeah, I was completely confused. And then I switched sides or something like that.
Typical Cub, he's always confused.
You haven't seen the whole thing. You have a robot rebellion. If you'd managed to read more of the text, I put up I tried to do like a comic strip 1930s thing mixed with modern stuff and twist it around and just trying to have fun with it. But yeah, I included some of your anti-vax stuff. I thought you'd enjoy that.
Yeah, I like the anti-vax
Godzilla?
Rex. Oh, Godzilla.
He was kicking ass the whole time.
Yeah, he was cool.
If you read the fine print on that, it's the possums. See, your robot army can't recognize that possums exist because there's no possums in Germany. And so Cub doesn't believe that possums exist, and his robots can't see the possums. And so that's why the possum army attacks and
and it reminded me on here this so-and-so Captain of the World of Tomorrow. What's his name? Captain
Midnight in the World of Tomorrow? Or no?
Yeah, the world of, you know what, but you know what I mean.
The movie?
There was a movie, but the movie was about a very old property from the 20s or something like that, or 30s. It was a sci-fi, I think, serious comic strip or something like that. It called so-and-so.
I do remember it, yeah.
And the World of Tomorrow, and they made a movie out of that a few years ago. And they had these giant robots and so on. And I was reminded of that when I saw that.
Yeah, well, that's your robot army. You're going to have some different adventures, and I don't know, the whole thing might conclude. But I'm kind of doing it like a 1930s serial idea.
Yeah, I like that. Sounds interesting. And what I've seen so far, it looks good. So.
Oh, you should see my robot races.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I would say let's keep the stupid Punisher.
Boing, boing.
Nobody cares for it, so people don't get confused. It was a kind of special, whatever. They try to sell it like a
So a
movie on
Netflix movie or whatever.
probably Disney Plus, because Punisher is
Oh,
Marvel.
okay, I got you. But you're saying a streaming. It's got streaming quality.
It's
How
a
about
streaming. It is a streaming movie. They tried to sell it as a movie, but it was just 46 minutes or something like that. So they tried to tell people this is a movie, but it's just an episode of Punisher. It has absolutely nothing to do with season 3. It has also absolutely nothing to do with Daredevil, and it has absolutely nothing to do with Spider-Man here, Brand New Day, where the Punisher is appearing. So you would think, oh, this is maybe the introduction of Punisher for the Spider-Man movie, because he's in there. But no, it's just there. Just stupid story about the Punisher. Takes again revenge as usual for 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes he's crying because our Disney Punisher, as you know, has to cry every 2 minutes for reasons.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it starts out he's depressed, wants to kill himself, blah, la la la, as you know, because of his family, and then then he sees ghosts of his fellow soldiers that got killed, and then he goes to the grave of his wife, and there. There he can't kill himself for reasons, because he sees something or hears something or whatever, and then there's a mob boss, a female one. The Punisher killed her whole family, and she puts a reward on his head that the whole city kind of is chasing him, or the scum for the whole city, and comes to his apartment. And everybody is fighting over each other in this area of the city. Yeah, watch it for yourself. It's just 40 minutes, but you can also spare your time, because it's not worth it. So yeah, for me, 0 points, by the way, for the Punisher. So what's next? Greg? Bazzil? Anyone?
Bazzil's here. I don't know about Greg. His avatar is still here. Guess he got lost.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's got on the list. I mean, we did the Punisher. So we could move into what's next.
Yeah,
I don't have his list.
Isn't it Mandalorian and Grogu?
Is that the next?
Oh my God, y'all freak out if I'm not right on top of y'all. Y'all go crazy within 30 seconds.
Well, you got
I gotta keep talking, or it's like on speed, where you gotta keep up the speed, or you you see now you caught this Bazzil.
Yeah, so Bazzil is gone. Okay, so
he pulled his own plug.
Thanks God nobody is watching this stream. So embarrassing. Hey, Greg, when we finished, we should delete it immediately.
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, so
well, it's been fun anyway. They're getting to hang out with us. That's worth it, right? I think the next one's doing Grogu. I normally write it all down,
hey,
but
what are you talking about? I thought you have a list in front of you that is the list that we are using. Or are you telling me you're just putting it out of your head, the title?
I would never tell you that.
I know. And so
I've got the list right here. I've got the list right here. It's
Okay.
Obsession. Obsession is the next movie, and
Okay.
then it's The Mandalorian.
Yeah, but
I
normally,
got them switched around.
yeah, but you have
It's the intense
left
pressure.
out Sheep Detectives. Because on my list, Sheep Detectives is even before The Punisher.
You didn't put it on this. Well, okay, there it is. Yeah, it is before The Punisher. That's weird. Man, I am tired, Cub. It's been 4th of July weekend. We've been popping fireworks and eating, and it's been crazy.
And drinking and drinking and drinking
and-
and watching,
I know.
Yeah,
we
but
making
did.
I
videos and
I told you the good times are now over.
We
Now
never.
now comes the serious stuff.
You decided.
serious maybe, but not as serious as celebrating the
Hey.
250th
Hey.
year of
Wait
our
a
freedom
second. You
from
got
the wicked, evil, cowardly Brits.
no. You
We're as
got
cowardly as the fucking French.
Oh,
Basil.
No,
You
don't
got
get all our people
no.
mad at us.
You got nice
bad
250.
Basil.
You got 250 nice years, and these are now over. Now it gets serious when the German arrives. You had 250 years time to prepare for that. So, yeah,
I'm just saying, the two people who agreed to this stream being on 4th of July weekend were Mike, who's not here, and Cub, who doesn't
care.
party.
That was a bad idea. Normally we do this at the end of the month. Why the hell are we doing it now?
Yeah, why,
Yeah.
Cub?
Hey, I asked you. I told you, 4th
No,
of July. Could
you-
that be a problem?
no.
And you said no.
You didn't even give us a full 2 months to get ready for this.
You
We didn't even have a full 30 days from the last one.
Cub, it was you and Mike who decided that. You asked Mike if it would be a problem. And
Hey,
Mike,
I thought Mike is the king of USA or something like that, and representative of all of you. Or do
Well,
you want to
he's
tell? Oh,
not.
you want to tell me I had to ask everybody himself or something like that?
well, you noticed he's not here, and we
Oh,
are.
He's
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 wait a
not
second.
well.
So you elected another a different king who replaced
man.
Mike, who is now speaking for the US people.
Well, I'll just say it's a little lackluster because it's very early. We were quite rushed to prep for this show. And it was not the quality of preparation was not
you
quite
mean too?
accessible because largely because of the internet connections.
Okay.
Internet connectivity has been quite spotty over here for the past few weeks.
Did you get a chance to see the Sheep Detective? And I know you did because we watched it together yesterday.
I'll tell you, I'm gonna go give it 5 battle swords down. I hated it. Absolutely, it's fucking stupid. I know there's theory behind it, but I can't stand it. It's just talking, just nothing makes fucking bit of sense.
No,
have fucking animated series about goddamn sheep, being we're gonna find out who killed poor George.
Okay, hang on. We've got a first here because I'm flipping that. I'm gonna give it 5 freaking battle dragons.
Yeah, get 5-star rating. Yeah, I know. Okay, good for you.
There you go.
Yes, and I'm siding with Greg on this one because I think this is one of the movies. First off, it's for children. Clearly.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry because it's the stupid humans versus fishes. What virtuous animals. I mean, I figured you'd be rolling your eyes about this. I figured you hate this one.
No, the thing is.
No, but it was well done. It was well.
Yes.
Everything. The writing was good.
Well done.
Right, and it played well.
And also, the subject matter of death. I think it was never in any movie better handled for really small children,
Yeah.
really small ones,
Yeah, I got that.
5-year-old or something like that.
I got that
And-
too.
And how they handled that to explain what death is, and also to explain also the society that you see with the sheep is really reflecting reality, real society, because they also explained kind of the people that are ignoring everything, are afraid from everything, and just want to live their lives like this sheep. And then they see something that they are afraid of, they can stick their heads together and forget it, and then they forget it, and their lives go just on, and they never are confronted with reality. So this reminded me really of what we are living in now. And also you had this sheep, this one sheep that has hadn't this ability to forget for some reason, this older sheep. And this sheep knew everything. It knew what is really going on, but it never could talk to anybody about.
Oh, it could have talked. It was being kind on purpose. Even though it hurt, you know, it hurt him having to keep that in, but then eventually he did tell them it when the time was right.
Yeah, that was so,
and that's part of the story, Cub, is the timing of when you deliver certain information like this. It wasn't the right time previously, but it was absolutely certainly the right time later, because you had to maintain reality. You can't make a break from reality.
Yes, and also you had this outsider sheep that was not in the Matrix, kind of.
Did it remind you of Cub? It did me.
You really? No, I could identify with both of them. I could identify with the old one that just keeps quiet, but also I could identify with the one from outside that comes in and without any rules, and which knows what is going on, but also knows that these sheep are stupid as fuck because they decided to be that way. And this is also very important. The free will, the decision, if you are ignoring things or if you face them.
Yeah, I got all that. You stole most of my. That's why I gave it 5 swords up. But yeah, it's very well done, and it's clearly about the, you know, it's telling an adult story in a children's story too. It's a dual story. So if you're an adult, you're not just going to be bored by a children's story. This is a high level children's story.
I would even say this is one of the rare family movies where I would say, yes, this is a movie for the whole family. You can watch it. We miss that, these movies that you can enjoy together with the children, also like with the adults, everybody.
Well, that's why it made Bazzil so mad. It's heartwarming.
Dragons don't have a heart. They gave it away. Didn't you see Dragon Heart?
I did.
The dragons gave their heart away to the humans that didn't appreciate it. So he has just half a heart, as we know. Yeah, so so much for Sheep Detectives. High recommendation. I would even say the best movie today we are going to talk about.
Oh, definitely, in my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion too. I don't see anything that can even come close. I would even say it's the only good movie we are talking about today. Not quite, because we are talking also about Obsession and Backrooms. So
well, right, that's true.
Maybe something comes to it. Yeah, so I would say Obsession. Next one.
I think it's Mando and Grogu. Hang on. Having to turn on the air conditioner. I had it off so we'd have better audio, but it's getting hot.
Yeah.
Hot like Germany.
No, it's not hot here anymore. It was just on this one day hot, where I went out drinking. So on my list it's before Mando and Grogu, Obsession.
Hang on, I was retrieving me a beer. Normally you'd be talking happily away, but as soon as I got up. Okay, here we go. The Punisher came after Sheep Detectives, but we've already done it. So Obsession and then Mandalorian.
Yes. So
Obsession.
That'll be the end of the list.
Okay.
It's also on your list, Bazzil. You have to watch. You have to watch harder on the list. Like
Say again.
It's like in Die Hard 2. You have to watch harder on the list.
He ain't getting it. Move on.
Yeah. So Obsession. First off,
it's quite early.
Have you all seen it?
No. Again, I have constant glitching this time. I tried to warn you. I sent smoke signals.
Okay, and
did you see the smoke signals?
And
I need a Modelo. I left my Modelo over there last night.
Oh man.
Have you?
I could use one now.
I bet.
All I have is coffee, coffee and rum.
Okay, settle down. We got to hear from Cub now. Go ahead, Cub.
Yeah, I want to know if anybody has seen it besides me.
No, we're just gonna listen to you, I think.
Bazzil, you also haven't seen it? Obsession?
Yeah. What about you, Bazzil? You know, maybe Kat has seen it. Maybe we can come back to it when she shows up. She was gonna try to get here. Well, it's almost noon. I was thinking maybe she might be in a little bit after noon.
I would like to talk about the movies before they get a continuation.
Typical Cub.
Yeah, so Obsession. It's a good movie. It's from a YouTuber. It's about this something. This wish thing where you can wish something and then it comes true. And normally it comes with side effect, something you don't expect. Yeah, a catch. And in this case, he wishes that a girl, a work colleague, he is in love with since he's a child, also is in love with him, but he wishes it in a way that she's crazy in love with him. He's the only things that matters to her, or something like that. He phrases it this way. And so she gets obsessed with him. But the movie differs from other movies like that with the thematic, because we get that it's kind of a demon now inside her that forces her to be obsessed with him. And sometimes the real personality from her shines through, and just wants to be freed from this. And yeah, but if you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it.
So her inner self is fighting against the spell, if you want to call it that.
Yes, but he is it turns out at the beginning you might get the feeling that she's the bad guy, because she's so obsessed with him and doesn't and makes his life hell. He can't leave her for a second. But then you get that she is not even, it's not her real personality who is doing that. It's a kind of demon inside of her, because when
forcing her.
Yeah, forcing her because when she sleeps, she can kind of not take over, but can talk.
Regain like partial control.
Yeah, but just through talking, not really control. It's just like as if the demon is sleeping, and she for a few minutes or seconds or whatever can do that. But the guy, he is really kind of taking advantage of the situation, but pretending to himself that he's not a bad guy because he loves her and things like that, because instead of when he wants to reverse the wish, he doesn't want to make everything like it normal. He wants to modify it. That
Right.
he still can be with her or something like that, if you understand what I mean. But then it turns out you can't reverse it, you can't change it anyway. But these are hints for the audience that you see who is here, who is the bad guy here, and who. The story, it's much better than you think it is with this kind of story, and it's highly successful. It's the most successful movie ever, kind of. The only
it sounds like a very nuanced story, which is something we don't get nowadays. That's what people have been starving for. This is something me and Cub talked about over the years many times, about how these independent films and these small horror movies were going to take off eventually, and that's exactly what's happening now. Wouldn't you say that's true, Cub?
Yeah, and the thing is, this thing
I agree.
is made with a tiny budget of $750,000. And it made already over 300 million. And it's one of the only movies ever that not just stay in the charts, in the top 10, that even climb up again.
Well, that's because people are so starved for good writing. They're sick of this having this ideology,
woke bullshit shoved down their throat,
propaganda shoved down their throat, and
yeah,
bad writing that goes from having DEI hires people who haven't been able to write. It's like this new Supergirl movie. It's a woman who's an actress who wrote one screenplay for a nothing deal like 10 years ago, and now she's got the Wonder Woman
hey,
writing
wait a
job.
second. I'm pretty sure, Greg, she's a rocket in bed, or not?
Yeah, I think it's exactly the case.
Yeah, so don't say she has zero qualities or something.
But
like that.
I think all I'm trying to say is I think people are so starved for good writing that even you got no budget with it. Well, a no budget movie nowadays isn't like a no budget movie 40 years ago. You can have decent quality. You just don't have special effects. If you have
Greg,
good writing and good acting, you're golden. Go ahead,
Greg,
Cub.
Explain this to me. This so-called writer of the story, the screenwriter, she's a very attractive woman. She's even more attractive than the one that they cast for Supergirl. She would have
much more attractive.
She would made a much better Supergirl than stupid writing. Let somebody else write a real story and then put her as Supergirl, and nobody would ever complain.
Yeah, that's true. It's weird, but true.
It's so stupid, and it's so obvious how she got the job.
But it's not working. It's not working anymore. People have really turned against it.
Yeah, they're finally starting to wake up and see it's just what we've been seeing. It's just garbage shoved down your throat by the by the liberal woke society.
It's satisfying to see it collapse on its own.
Yeah,
and it gets beaten even from Obsession. By the way, it looks like that Obsession is going to beat it. Obsession in its second month or something like that is going to beat it next weekend. This weekend maybe.
That's cool.
Yeah, a $200 million movie. again, and it's not this. It's not even the second or third one that is beaten by Obsession. Obsession has beaten them all. Has beaten Masters of the Universe. It has beaten Disclosure Day. It has beaten Mandalorian and Grogu.
Bad writing. Bad writing.
Every movie.
Bad writing.
Yeah.
And what everyone it's beating is bad writing, right? And a lot of them had bad acting, bad directing, and terrible producing to throw in with it. And they're destroying these various franchises. People are sick of it. And we're striking back.
And Greg, a $750,000 budget. How much is that? This is nothing.
The thing is, Cub, an iPhone is basically a movie camera now. You can shoot a cheap movie and have
you can shoot. Actually, you can shoot better than the cheap movie. I mean, the iPhone, latest iPhone 15 through 17 Pro Max, you can shoot a full length 4K movie out of it.
It's inexpensive for that part of it, and if you take that out of it, and you don't have to pay all these ridiculous union fees because you're not over in Hollywood, then you can make, and this is the death of this ideological crap that they're putting out. They're going to keep doing it as long as they can, but their business model is being destroyed. What Cub just described is a movie for less than $1 million, making hundreds of millions. That's going to end up winning the day. It's going to win the day.
And can you remember when we saw that last time, that such a cheap movie made 100 million? When did we see that the last time?
I don't know. I can't
With
remember.
Blair Witch Project.
That's right. Yeah.
Blair Witch Project is the only other movie that has beaten.
And that was a kind of a unique found footage moment. I don't think that moment's going to come back. But this other, the technological advancements that are allowing independent filmmakers to make quality movies, and the difference is the writing, and people are starved for good writing, and that's all I got to say about it.
So what we are going to talk about, another YouTuber that also made a movie and also very successful here, the Backrooms one. But it seems really like there seems to be a shift in what is going on in the industry, and I'm glad for that because I'm so tired of this.
I am too. It's ridiculous. I'm so happy to see fucking Supergirl fail. But
talking about failures, let's talk about the next movie, which is also a
Mandalorian
failure.
and Grogu. Basically, this is a few episodes linked together. You know, and it's, if you like, I like the first season of Mando. I like a little bit of the second season, but the third season sucked. It was and they replaced it with they brought my girl Starbuck in to take the sword, and they just have to ruin every freaking thing they do. And in this, they go on a series of adventures. He gets poisoned by the snake, and then Grogu has to help him. But none of it feels authentic. None of it.
Greg, he gets poisoned by the snake, as you say, and Grogu has to help him. Does that remind you of something? Can you remember Lone Wolf and Cub? I think it's in the second movie, or second or third movie, where
where his kid has to take care of him when he's injured,
feed him and hide him and things like.
This
is such a poor imitation of the best property I know, Lone Wolf and Cub, best movies and best TV series ever for me personally.
I totally agree. They're very good,
and they are just they're not even hiding it, that this is such a rip-off, a poor, cheap rip-off of that, with the thematic, with Grogu and so on, but they completely are missing the point, the point of the original series. And when I saw that, I thought, oh my God, this is just embarrassing.
I mean, the very beginning was okay, a little bit of action and stuff, but that's about it. you get maybe 10 minutes of what I would call movie quality stuff, and then the rest of it is just TV show stuff.
Yeah, but
that's what I
please,
think. I think what they did, they had this other stuff shot for the TV series, and they shot the very beginning, the first like 15 minutes. That's the movie they shot.
Yeah, but didn't they criminally waste the walkers for the scene? In the
Oh
beginning?
yeah, it's just
They put the walkers on a mountain.
the side of a mountain.
Yeah,
Who would?
really? Who would do that?
It's
If you
insane.
if you can fly, why should you do that? Why should you could they
You
could
could set them
direct-
anywhere where they need to on flat surface. They're clearly designed for a flat surface, right?
Yeah, but they put them on a small mountain road so that they clearly are in a disadvantage for them when they are fighting. And so, yeah, sorry. Just for the cheap effect, can you remember how hard it was for Luke and his friends in Empire Strikes Back to even get down one of them? Just to destroy one of them was hell. They lost people trying to do that.
That's true.
And here, Mandalorian, he just, how many does he take out? Three on his own, 4, whatever. As it is nothing.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
it takes away the I don't have a word for it, but the believability, you know?
Yeah.
Because the others were so hard to defeat, and we've seen much stronger and better characters, throw themselves against something. And now this one gets to do that, and he's not even really a Force user. He's not. It's ridiculous.
Greg, Luke lost his partner when they got hit, and the walker came, and he couldn't get out his partner. Can you remember? In Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
They were so dangerous. They established that these walkers are hell. That you don't mess with them. And oh my god, it was. And I saw that in the cinema back then. By the way, as you know, it was such a great scene there.
Did you get the reference to the walkers in my video? The possums wrapping the ropes around your giant robot's leg.
Yes. Yeah, I was constantly reminded on that. Yeah. So, So, is there much to say about this movie? I think it has no right to exist.
It's a couple of episodes of the TV show. If you like the TV show, it'll be okay. Kind of boring, but it's got.
And also, it is zero consequential. It exactly there's the
no consequences.
How they start, they end exactly at the point where they start.
Yeah, and the CGI on the hut is terrible. The whole thing with you can't have 80-year-old Sigourney Weaver in a frickin' TIE fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they confused the TIE fighter with a retirement home or something like that.
So I had to.
Oh, you lost Greg again.
Yeah. Right in the middle of the convo.
Yeah.
Where did you go, Grego?
Man, y'all got.
He's still there. His headphones crapped out on him.
Y'all freak out if I'm gone for a few seconds.
Y'all
could talk among yourselves.
No,
it wasn't me. It was Cub panicking because you're gone.
Yeah,
he depends on you. He's helpless without you.
Yeah, he has the list. Oh my God. Here are just important people. Everybody is important besides me because Bazzil has the rating, Greg has the list, but I have nothing. So I'm the least important guy here.
True.
I'll give Mandalorian 5 battle stars, or what should I say? Battle swords, dragon swords, down. The whole movie is just liberal shit.
Oh
like
my
everything
God.
else in Hollywood.
Hey, this is Greg. Greg, Bazzil is clearly one of these bored critics from Disney, giving
Yeah.
it 5 battle swords. How much
Oh my-
did they pay you, Bazzil?
Now, but didn't he say swords down? Doesn't that flip it?
Down, yeah.
Down, okay.
Down, down, down,
You-
down.
The
Yeah.
problem is he's
Going
never
down, down,
he-
down, down.
he's never explained his rating system. So
Yeah.
he
Of
might
course
say
I
one
don't.
at one sword up is higher than
One sort
5.
of could one sort of could mean I like it. One sort of could mean it sucks.
No, Greg, we didn't understand it. The battle swords are a negative rating itself. When something gets a battle sword, it gets it in the stomach or in the back.
In the back.
In the back. We never understood that till now, Greg.
That's because some dragons have tail swords, including Bazzil. So that's how you can stick them in the back with his tail sword.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
What do you think about Star Wars in general after Mandalorian and Grogu? Do you think there's
it's
any
it's-
chance that stupid Starfighter is going to be a hit?
I think
or something?
Starfighter's going to bomb.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, even if it's good,
Looks like
Man-
it could be another liberal woke. It could be another woke movie. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out.
I'm saying
So
even
far, it
if
looks
it's
like it.
even if it's good, I think it's probably going to bomb.
it's too late.
Yeah, because they've done too much damage. The Acolyte was the final straw, honestly. When they
Yeah.
did that, a lot of people were like, okay, now they're not going to go to anything. Not until they clearly see it's all done and they hear, the bad thing is gone.
Yeah, but
No,
how could-
I think Star Wars is in terrible shape. I think the brand has been highly damaged by Kathleen Kennedy, and I don't think this Filoni guy has got the brains to bring it
I
back
think
out.
he's even worse than Kennedy. I think he's even worse because he's clearly only favoring his stupid cartoon shit, which nobody gives a fuck about. With
And his wife is the one who keeps pushing these witches because he's married to a freaking witch, and she's got and so we have space witches now because his wife likes them, and he's always pushing it. So he's controlled by that. He's gonna have to go. Everybody's gonna have to go, and they're gonna have to burn the thing to the ground and rebuild it before anybody gives it a chance. I'm saying if you want $1 billion movie again, you're not going to be able to do it until you rebuild this crap.
Yeah, and for sure you're not going to do it when you call your Star Wars movie not X-Wing or something like that. You call it Starfighter, which there are no Starfighters in Star Wars. And even I know that.
That's right.
So this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And so you clearly say to the people, we don't believe in this property. We don't even use a spaceship from this property. We use a completely different one from another movie, Starfighter.
Mhm.
That's true. That's all true.
yeah.
It's on a downward crash. I'm not saying Star Wars is gone forever. It will come back, but it's going to have good writing, and it's going to have decent directing and good acting. And people are not going to show up until they got all that in place. And they're going to have to get rid of the sequel trilogy. They're going to have to. I'm telling
Disney, everything Disney has to be decanonized. It's the
That's right.
only chance. Everything Disney has to be decanonized.
And then maybe Disney can do a new Disney if they do it right. But it's still not going to be successful until a couple of movies are in and people see that it's good. Then it can grow again.
Yeah, but Greg, you know exactly what they're going to do after Starfighter bombs or not.
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
They're going to remake the original trilogy. It's the only thing they can do.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. That's
Yeah, but
dangerous, though.
Greg,
It's going to bomb.
They're going to have to fix the relationship between
They can't
Darth
use
and
they can't use
and his
CGI. The original trilogy remake is going to bomb. and Starfighter's going to
Mhm.
bomb. And the only way it doesn't bomb is if they retcon and get rid of the sequel trilogy and then do a proper original trilogy, and that will probably bomb even if they do everything perfectly. That's how I see it. That's how mad. That's how mad people are. Cub is actually the least mad of the Star Wars people, and he's steaming hot. You know, we're all so freaking angry. I don't think they've got a chance.
Yeah, I see it exactly the same. I think we see it's over. We are talking about it next year again with Stupid Starfighter after that has bombed horribly, and that's it. That's it. Yeah. And so yeah, let's go move on.
I think the next one is that other independent movie. Can't find my glasses. There they are. Okay. Now I'll find the button. Okay, we are on Backrooms.
Backrooms. Yeah. So have you seen it? Have you
I did
seen
not.
this one?
No.
And Basil, have you seen Backrooms?
No.
So we have the same situation like with Obsession, but this time,
That's right.
but this time it's not.
It's not as bad because we've had time to drink another beer, right?
No, Obsession is
No.
Obsession is really made by a YouTuber or something like that, and kind of on his own, if you understand what I mean. Not with really.
Yeah, I see it as a really cool story, both of them.
Yeah, and Backrooms is kind of a more professional because Backroom has a budget of 10 million, just for a comparison.
I thought you were gonna say because they had a German.
No, it's also from a YouTuber, but this YouTuber had kind of help, little more help making the movie because you have the production company Blumhouse, and you have a $10 million budget, and so it's much more mainstream as people think, because when they talk about Obsession and Backrooms, people maybe get the feeling it's kind of like the same thing, that a small YouTuber made with little money a big movie or something like that, a very successful movie. But Backroom is not that independent as people make it out to be. It's really more. It more pretends to be, if you understand what I mean. Because there's this YouTuber, he had a Backroom series on YouTube, which are YouTube videos. I just saw snippets of them, but they are about these back rooms, these rooms to another dimension. We go in there, and in these rooms, things are replicated from the memory of the people who enter this room, and so it's kind of like that. But which I never cared for, by the way. That's why I never have seen them.
So the back rooms are rooms that you enter new dimensions through. Is there like a series of doors, like a corridor, and you pick a different door and you enter a different dimension?
There are. Can you remember the Twilight Zone? I explained it in my German stream 2 days ago. Can you remember that Twilight Zone episode, The Girl in the Wall, or something? It was called like that, where a little girl disappears into a wall and is lost.
No, I don't remember it. Sorry.
Greg, you remember it? It's a Twilight Zone episode in black and white, a classic, a super classic. When I tell you the story, then the father is searching for his daughter, and just hears her voice, and she can't explain to him where she is.
Right. And then, I remember him calling.
Yeah, and then they discover, and then they kind of discover that there's a wall where you can go through, and probably, but when you go through this wall, then you kind of in another dimension or something like that.
Like the movie House, wasn't that series kind of like that?
Kind of like that, but
You remember with William Catt, the greatest American hero? You remember those movies, Bazzil?
Greg,
Yeah.
can you remember the Homer Simpson Halloween special, Homer Cubic, where Homer discovers a room, another dimension, when he tries to hide from Selma and here from his from the sisters of his wife.
Right.
He tries to
I know
hide
who you
from
mean.
them. Yeah, he tries to hide from them and goes after furniture, and behind it, the wall is kind of like an entrance to another dimension, and he goes in there, and then he is
changes into the different types of dimensions.
Yeah, and then when everything collapses, he lands here in our dimension, and this is the only episode where you see Homer Simpson in our real world as 3D three-dimensional being. It's a classic.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is.
But I don't see how it relates to this exactly.
No, this is and this is based on the Twilight Zone episode. This Homer Simpson episode.
Okay. So it has a basis. That's the basis for.
That's the basis.
This.
And Backrooms is like that. You go through a wall. You discover that a wall is not solid. You can put your hand through it, and you can even go through it, and then you are in a back room, another room, which is kind of like another dimension because it goes endless, kind of, and there are things in it that you they look familiar, but when you go to them, you have, for example, it turns out that the things that you are in this back room, the whole world is kind of replicated in these back room or back rooms or whatever.
It's almost like a quote from the Bible where they were trying to explain something like this. There are many rooms in my Father's house.
Yes. No, but the thing is, this
so
is
like each one, you could look at that as like the different dimensions or different explanations for many things.
Greg, this Twilight Zone explanation that I'm giving here, I'm kind of the only one that is giving that, because all the other people who are talking about the movie or about the backrooms in general, I have never heard anybody mention that this idea is not something unique or new or something like that. They all make it out as this is a super new invention or something like that, but it isn't. They have even when you compare the Twilight Zone episode with the movie Backrooms, they have even kind of the same shots when they're standing in front of the entrance and they're drawing the entrance on the wall.
I believe you,
like a door. Yeah, and nobody's mentioning that, and I think, am I now in a back room in a different dimension where everybody seems to have forgotten about this Twilight Zone episode?
It is weird sometimes.
Because I talked about it in one of my reviews. That's why I have it so good in my head, because it is directed by a director I made a retrospective on.
What was that movie we reviewed recently with the human and the AI merging, and they had the big centaur in there, and that's from the Kasparov quote about the merger of human and AI would be the best chess player. And I watched all these reviews. No one ever caught the freaking centaur being the melding of the AI and the human, but it was clearly the intention of the director. So I know what you mean. Sometimes I'll pick up on stuff and absolutely no one else ever picked it up. Even you didn't pick up on that, Cub. Even you. And you call
great Cub, missed that one, huh?
And you call yourself German?
You failed, Cub.
You failed. That is why you failed.
999.
90 humans, robots.
I'm sorry, Cub. I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, and you are wondering why I'm siding with the robots. Really?
So you admit to the robot army.
Of course.
Of course. At least you picked a sturdy design.
Yes. Yeah,
Well,
but
the robots failed, of course.
Okay. Okay, are we through with that one? What are we on now?
I would say that because what we can't really talk about it.
Yeah, I mean,
it just can spoil it.
Yeah, why spoil it more than that? We've said enough. It's dimensional backroom doors. You know, enter at your own risk.
Yeah, and it's a good movie. I'm not a super fan of it, like many other people who are making it out like Second Coming or something like that.
Right.
It isn't. And
well, it just has decent writing. Is that fair?
Yes, it's okay.
I think that's the thing. If it has decent writing, they're going to rave about it nowadays. Okay, go ahead, Cub. We have any final thoughts about it?
Yeah, as I said, it's okay. Recommend it, and let's move on.
The next one is Masters of the Universe. I have the power.
So, who has seen that besides me?
I was able to watch a little bit of it, but it kept glitching. It happened to me on a lot of these movies. It's happening to Bazzil too, and the cat. You know, we're having problems. We're trying.
You have to watch
telling
harder.
You, man, the heat wave is causing all kinds of strange problems here.
That's right.
Yeah, Greg, you have to watch harder. We always remember that. Watch hard.
Well, I'm busy watching stuff like the reflecting pool before damaging it. You got to monitor it. So.
And by the way, in this moment, this weekend, where I have 2 live streams, as you know, I have here Carnival directly in front of my. It's the Carnival weekend here, the fair.
Oh, the carnival. Weekend. That's cool.
No, it's like a fair, like Disney World. You know what I mean? Where people are riding.
Yeah, I know what a carnival is. That's a carnival. They show up. They put up games and rides.
Yes,
right?
Yes, exactly that. And it's directly in front of my door. It's every year I tell you about it. Because
I know
it's when we are streaming, and now this is this weekend.
I'm picturing it like a big spider spinning around or something. I know the various stuff you got. You ought to go out there and ride the rides, Cub. Ride the rides.
I can't because I decided this weekend.
These are good, Cub.
Double
stream. That's right. You did the double stream. You did it to yourself. You cost yourself the carnival ride.
Knowing, because I didn't know that I didn't have that in mind. So
you just thought you were torturing us on the 4th of July weekend. You didn't know you were doing it to yourself.
Yes,
exactly.
That's a very Ming the Merciless or Cub the Merciless type thing to do.
Yeah, it's kind of like poetic justice, or not?
It is. I feel better about that. You shouldn't get to ride. Oh my God, and it'll be a whole nother year, and you'll probably do it again next year.
Yeah, because I'm stupid and I constantly forget these things.
So they won't be gone in a couple of days, though. They'll be there for weeks, right?
No, it's just this weekend.
Man, they do a lot of trouble. Well, I guess it's time to move on.
But to be fair, I'm more excited here to be in the live stream than to go out to the stupid people, because I have still a grudge about them that they still don't want to wake up what is going on here.
Yeah, it's hard for you to deal with them because
and I'm constantly reminding them when I turn up somewhere with my unvaccinated t-shirt, which I'm not going to change. and of course they don't like that. They want to have fun and whatever, and don't want to be reminded that everything goes down the shitter. Yeah.
Right. But luckily they have Cub there to remind them.
Yeah. That's why I have so many friends, as you know.
I know. I'm thinking if you're showing up to remind everybody, and oh man, it's like Debbie Downer, you know.
Yeah. Hey, I'm this guy that gets never invited, but everybody changes the sweet side when he comes along.
You got the cloud hanging over you.
Yeah.
It's all right,
Yeah.
Cub.
I like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Your robots,
okay.
your robots love you, right?
I hope so. It's better for them to do that.
Be careful of a robot rebellion.
Hey, they're programmed this way. They have no choice.
Yeah, I like the possums.
Like the possum. Okay.
Yeah.
90 humans.
Masters of the Universe. Let's get back to our.
Oh no.
So tell us about the movie, Cub.
Yeah, the movie is about Eternia gets taken over by Skeletor, and little Prince Adam gets sent to as a rescue, gets sent to Earth together with his sword. I think the sword has a name even. It's not Excalibur, but something like that. And when he comes to Earth, the first thing, he loses the sword, and then and then
he spends like 20 years looking for it, right?
Something like that. He spends years looking for it till he has the age that we see in the trailer, and then they come to get him. At the same time, at first he finds the sword with the internet. He's working in something like an advertisement company or something like that, marketing, I think. And he finds the sword, and then he tries to use the sword to get back to Eternia, but it doesn't work for reasons, and then somebody from Eternia, a woman, what's her name? No, she knows him when he was a child. She comes and gets him back, and that I have also a fight with Beast, I think Beastman, who wants to prevent that. And then he comes back, and then the people don't believe that he is He-Man or Prince Adam, and he has even papers to prove it.
Papers, please.
Yeah, and also he turns into He-Man in front of their eyes, and they still don't believe him for reasons I don't know.
How does that make any sense?
It doesn't. Also, the whole movie is played out for jokes. You have no serious scene in the movie.
Okay, that's where they messed up.
Every scene is undercut by a stupid Marvel gag or James
I hate that. I'm not gonna like this movie.
And
I had a friend that liked this way back when, Junior. So he would have been pissed off at them desecrating his deal. Go ahead. Never mind. I'm muttering to myself.
He has the same problem. He-Man has the same problem like Superman. Because in James Gunn's Superman, we never see Superman. We only see Clark Kent. Even when he turns into Superman, he's still Clark Kent. And the bottom of every
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
He's totally he doesn't assume the strong personality or the air of confidence, the air of confidence, and I don't know, masculinity. right?
Yeah, he never changes into Superman. He always stays Clark, even in the costume of Superman. And you have exactly the same problem with He-Man. Because He-Man, Prince Adam, when he turns into He-Man, he still is just Prince Adam. And how do they solve the problem at the end? He uses his strategic things that he learned in the marketing with brainstorming, blah, blah, blah. And so together they solve it and whatever. And to keep it short.
That's what they do, He-Man?
Yeah.
Using marketing and brainstorming? Oh, my God.
Yeah, and
they ruined it then.
And yes, completely. And to keep it short, it's not He-Man. This is not a He-Man movie. It's exactly it's a He-Man movie like Superman is a Superman movie or Supergirl is a Supergirl movie. They aren't. They always stay in their human form characters. They never change into the superhero. And He-Man is exactly the same.
All right. Well, that sucks. That gets a thumbs down from Cub, apparently.
Of course. And I'm not even a He-Man fan, by the way.
There you go. I'm not really either.
But when even I, who is not a He-Man fan, when even I get that they didn't stick to the law, that they made unnecessary changes so clumsily. For example, they changed Man of Arms into a black guy, which wouldn't be a problem if there wouldn't, for people like, for example, people who have no idea who is Man at Arms, and they see Man at Arms is now black, they don't care. But when they see that his daughter, supposed daughter, is white, then they are wondering and thinking, huh? What is going on here? So they don't go if you understand what I mean.
Yeah,
they don't do it properly. So they clearly changed Man of Arms for whatever reason.
Well, what they do is they don't think about, logical changes. If you do this changes that. That doesn't go through their mind.
Yeah, but they didn't want to change his daughter. No, his daughter
exactly.
Is kind of
logically they would have to, but they don't think like that. They just move this and they don't care about logical consequences, right? Because they don't think things through.
Yeah, because his daughter plays a bigger role in the whole story, and it would be maybe a problem if she is black later on or something like that. I don't know, because as I said, I'm not even. This is just things that I grabbed on the side when people talk about He-Man in law videos and things like that, and here like Midnight's Edge or whatever. And so that's my basic knowledge of it. And so that even I get these changes and see directly this is not He-Man. He-Man would never make fun of the names of the characters, because in this version of He-Man, the character names here, like Fisto or whatever, here from the people there in Eternia, Prince Adam as a child gave them a fantasy names as a child on Earth. These are not supposed to be their real names, and so he is calling them these names, and they are making fun of it these 5 times, and. But this is also something they didn't think through, because so you are telling me that the regular names of these people are not the names that we know. They have other regular names, but you never told us their supposed regular names. We only know them from the fantasy names from He-Man or from Prince Adam, which they constantly are making fun of, but they never tell us what their real names are supposed to be, if that's not their names. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
Because now in the continuation, I don't understand. So Fisto, I just know his name is Fisto, but I also know his name is not Fisto. This is the name that Prince Adam gave him, a joke name. But now, for example, now they make a part 2, a part 3. So you are telling me that Fisto is not going to be Fisto, or and he's going to be Hans Gruber or whatever, and Fisto is just his joke name, or are just they going with it with the joke names and never mention the real names, or what?
Yeah, they're not thinking it through.
Yeah, and there are many other things with this movie, many other problems. But as I said, I'm not even a He-Man fan, so I really don't care.
Yeah, I don't either. Let's move on to the next one. What do you think?
Yeah, let's move on to the next
Okay,
one.
so the next one
is... Greg, by the way, one thing. He-Man is the joke name that he gave himself. That also comes out, and the others are making fun of it when he says, because they are asking him, okay, and which name do you have for yourself? And he doesn't, it's so embarrassing that he doesn't even want to tell him how he calls himself. And when
so this whole joke name thing, is this something they made up and put into his history?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, because I don't remember anything like that. I wasn't a fan of the series, but I'd watch it sometime. So that's disrespect. You know,
Yeah,
they're openly mocking. They're openly mocking the product. I see what you're saying, Cub.
Yeah, and I'm not even a fan of it. And even I say it doesn't deserve that.
So the next movie's Disclosure Day. It's one I know Bazzil was going to go to the movie theaters and see it. Did you get a chance to do that, Bazzil?
No,
Not yet.
this is the wrong question.
That's what I sent you a message about. We're supposed to go see it, but I guess you saw it already, huh?
No, Bazzil, did you get Disclosure? That's how you have to phrase the question.
No, I've been wanting to go see it. I haven't had a chance to go see it yet.
Well, we don't want to spoil
it's supposed to be a good movie.
Why don't we move Disclosure to the next show so that he'll have a chance?
No, we don't have to. No, we don't have to. Because okay,
what
Greg,
do you mean? No, we don't have to.
No, Greg, you say you don't want to spoil anything, but let's just talk about what you already know, without having seen it. Okay. What is this movie about, Greg? And you haven't seen it, but
it's about aliens, about the disclosure of the existence of aliens.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the movie. That's the story. It's just about somebody.
Ought to be interesting at the disclosure and the possible communications with
it's
aliens,
the story,
alien nation, alien race.
It's about somebody has information from CIA whatsoever. He's working there or whatever, and has information about aliens and wants to bring this information to the public. And now the movie gets a fantasy. The fantasy element in the movie is, in this reality where this movie plays, you only can show to the public information. And by the way, it's a computer guy. It's an internet computer guy. Yeah. The only way you can get information to the public, or to a wider public, or to the whole world, is only an official national broadcaster, like NBC,
like in They Live,
like CNN or something like that. in this reality, there's no YouTube, there's no Twitter. The only trusted source of information is official
news media.
News media. And now that's the problem. Now he has to put this information on USB sticks and drive to the news media that they can publish it. And the movie is about 2 hours.
They don't have wireless or anything like that. They've got to go. It sounds like
no. What are you talking about? This sounds fantasy stuff, Greg.
I remember a Wonder Woman episode in the 70s where they had this big computer attack, and the attack was, coming physically to attack the computer, and they had to have guards around it. There was no wireless. I mean, that's what it sounds like you're describing here. The same type
Greg,
of...
Greg, this is not a joke. So this computer guy, this internet computer guy, he wants to spread the information with the NBC, whatever, CNN broadcaster.
They can't just put it up on the, they can't just put it up on the web or something? Anywhere?
You're asking me? Hey, look, I like Steven Spielberg, mastermind behind the story.
Well, you're the one who saw it. So.
Yeah, and as I told you, it's 2 hours chase, 2-hour chase till they get to the broadcaster. And in between, it turns out that the woman that is working here at the broadcaster, she speaks alien language, and the guy that has the information, wants to spread it, he can understand the alien language. And
why are they having to speak in alien?
Yeah, and it turns out that they both were abducted as children from the aliens and given these superpowers or whatever. And
isn't that how people learn German?
Yeah, kind of like that. And they get abducted. They get abducted, and
they drop it over his head, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's called rectal learning or something. Yeah, and it doesn't bring anything to the story because the information still is just USB stick put into the broadcaster and broadcast it. That's it. You neither need somebody who speaks alien, neither you need somebody who understands alien, because it doesn't matter for the information on the USB sticks or whatever that is brought to the people. So that's the story.
The most unbelievable part is how people trust the news media.
Yeah. Now, of course, you want to know it's after they disclose the information. What comes after that?
Well, it sounds like, Bazzil.
No, but Greg, the
might be a pretty good movie to see still. I still want to see it.
The movie ends in the moment when the woman starts to tell us what the aliens want or something important, because she starts talking and then it cuts to black. Yeah, that's the movie. So much for disclosure. Hello?
Do you think it's worth seeing, or do you think it's a bad movie overall? What's your overall opinion? Good, bad, ugly, sucks, worth seeing? What?
It's Spielberg's by far worst movie, for sure. It's his worst movie anyway, but it is not even a cinema movie. It looks like a streaming. It looks like a streaming movie that was put into cinemas for reasons.
Oh wow! It's okay. Well, we got a thumbs down on that.
Yeah, I would say not just one thumbs down, because this
thumbs down.
This thing made me so angry.
Because I was looking forward to it. It made me mad too.
Greg, kind of makes a bummer now.
You know how this movie feels? It feels like Steven Spielberg got paid from the government to disgrace the alien movement. Yeah, the movement where people really think there is something out there, but where also he Close Encounters, his own movie, was also a reason why people were questioning if there is something out there, if you can remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember all kinds of things.
and so kind of like the government came to him, told him, you have to make a movie to make the whole thing ridiculous, that everybody, whoever brings up aliens or whatever, that gets be called an idiot or stupid or whatever. And that's how this movie comes off. So yeah, I think Spielberg is done. We're never ever going to watch anything again from him. Just maybe if somebody reviewed it and really assured to me, yes, Spielberg is back or something like that, but not before that. This is the last time I wasted my time with this asshole. Really.
Yeah, that's how Star Wars fans kind of feel, huh?
Because he has $7 billion. People seem to forget that. So he's clearly one of us, little man.
All right, let's move on to the next one. We have a comedy, supposedly, Scary Movie 6.
But is it a comedy?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't get to see it.
Neither did I.
Yeah, and I fortunately did. It sucks. Let's go on.
You want to go to the next one? Disney Toy Story 5.
Yeah, because let's go back to Scary Movie 6, because it's just a cash grab.
Okay.
It really they didn't care for the story.
No, they brought back Anna Faris, right, from the first couple of movies. I liked her, the little blonde girl. You remember her, Bazzil? Do you remember these movies at all? It's where they said, like, I see white people in a different dimension.
Yeah. Slightly, yeah. Just a little bit. I mean, it just...
The old scary movie formula, or the regular scary movie formula, is you have an overall plot, which you take from a movie that you want to make fun of, and then you want to make fun of other movies, but you put the scenes from these other movies that you want to make fun of into your plot, into your story.
And you include costumes like Ghostface from...
But you put these scenes in there that they are part of the story. You don't just have a scene from a completely different movie that you want to make fun of, and then you just go back to your own movie. And this is Scary Movie 6. It's just scene after scene. You have a super thin plot that doesn't make any sense. But the worst thing is these movies that they make fun of, most people don't have seen them even. Most of the movies they made fun of, I haven't even seen. I just know them from the poster or whatever. And also, they're just like scenes from a completely different movie just cut in there.
Oh, wow.
It's so bad.
If you're using movies people don't recognize, and that sounds terrible.
And
that defeats the whole purpose of the premise, right?
Yeah, and for example, you have a movie like Airplane. And Airplane makes fun of many other movies, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just making fun of this one movie that they have as the main construct here, where the flight is in danger because the food is poisoned and everybody gets sick. This is a TV movie that they used as it's
hilarious watching the two next to each other.
Yeah, and the thing is, but then you have. They also make fun of Saturday Night Fever and so on.
Right.
But how do they do that? They not just cut in a scene from a completely different movie to make fun of it. No, they put the scenes into the story because the two main characters, they know each other from back then, and they met in like John Travolta and Saturday Night Fever. This is how they met, and so they could put this scene in a flashback or something like that and make fun of Saturday Night Fever. But it's still part of the overall story, and it makes total sense in the overall story. And this is how you make it. This is how you make if you want to do that. The Abrams-Zucker formula. But they didn't do that in Scary Movie 6. As I said, they didn't make it's lazy completely. Everything is lazy. Every gag goes on for much too long. It's also not funny. They make fun of here Cheech and Chong smoking weed smoking and things like that. So really, the jokes are so old and not
Cheech
funny.
and Chong joke. That's like 40 years ago.
50 years ago.
Yeah, 50 years
really,
ago.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Even more.
For example, yeah.
Yeah, Cheech and Chong came, eons away. That was
early 70s.
Way back in the early, yeah.
Yeah, and things like that. So really, this movie is so bad. It's just complete waste of time. There's not one funny joke in it. No of these jokes work because they're just lazy. Most of them are fecal humor or what you call it. It's just gross sometimes, and that's it.
Yeah, that sucks. Sounds like thumbs down.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Disney's Toy Story 5. I didn't get a chance to see it. I haven't seen any of these things.
You mean Disney's Girl Story 5? Because it's not Toy Story anymore.
They swapped it out for a girl boss, right?
Yeah, because the part 4 and part 3, as you can remember, now the little girl has the boys' toys. And this little girl doesn't age. It stays 5 or 7. I can't tell you exactly. Forever. And so...
Well, that's convenient after they had the boy age out. They can just have the girl stay that age forever, right?
Yeah, it stays that age forever.
That's convenient.
We have to follow her story, and also her story is not Woody's story or Buzz Lightyear's story.
Well, of course not. Those are male.
It's Jessie's story. And she's now the sheriff, by the way, and Woody and Buzz are her deputies, by the way. It's really... This movie, in every scene, disintegrates the male characters, the man in general. They are pushed, not just pushed by side, they are also constantly made fun of, and also fighting over Jessie and things like that. Even Woody has a girlfriend, as you know. He doesn't have to fight over Jessie. With Buzz. Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, they're just demeaning the male characters. Not even really worth our time talking about.
And at the end, they even get married, Buzz and Jessie. But Buzz and Jessie. But now you can just guess who's walking down the aisle, Buzz or Jessie. The walk for the bride.
I don't know. I didn't see it. But
it's Buzz.
Yes, of course.
Buzz makes the bride walk. So
That's
when people
crazy.
tell me that this movie, and it makes billions of dollars at the box office, and many people are praising it and saying, oh yeah, it's another take, this time it's from the girl, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. This is such a woke crap to brainwash even little children that they disrespect men in general. Boys are stupid in general, and things like that. Yeah, sorry. I hate this movie. I hate it even more than part 4, and part 4 was already a disgrace, as you remember.
Yep.
So, But maybe we can talk about it more next time when you maybe have seen it, if you like to.
Yeah, sounds good. We can always come back to some of these and touch on them again.
Yeah, we never do, but we always could.
Yeah, that's right. We sometimes do, I think, at times.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
So I would say before we
down?
talk about Citizen Vigilante, let's talk about the last movie before that, Supergirl.
Okay.
Because Citizen Vigilante, I think it's a serious discussion, and so we can stay a little bit in the normal discussion with Supergirl.
All right, so let's move on to Supergirl.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Supergirl.
this is so bad. I saw some of this thing, not all of it, but enough of it to form an opinion.
Complete waste of time to watch.
Oh, this is one of the worst frickin' movies of all time, and not just super person movies.
I would say, would you, Greg, would you agree this is the worst DC movie ever?
Yeah.
Because I can't remember any DC movie, even the worst one was not as bad. We could say, would you say Superman?
It's one of the worst movies. I mean,
Supergirl, the original Supergirl, or I can't remember any.
I would much rather watch any of that than the.
Yeah. And it's even worse than Superman.
Yeah.
But it is worse than Superman.
That's gotta be bad.
But I hate Superman
That's
more.
Gotta be bad.
Because Superman does more damage to a character I like, and Supergirl is a character I normally don't care for anyway. Even if it's worse than Superman, I think I hate Superman more than I hate Supergirl. I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate Supergirl more, but Superman was a travesty. It was sickening.
Yeah, but I mean, Supergirl is just a side character anyway. So yeah, it's worse. Yeah, sure, but the damage, which
and what makes you madder? Of course, you get madder at them. They made Superman a cuck, and they had him arguing with his girlfriend for like a third of the movie or something. It's so ridiculous. He gets his ass kicked constantly. And like Cub says, he's never Superman. He's always Clark Kent. He has no masculine presence. He has no authority.
Greg, there's one thing that you reminded me of when it comes to Superman. They constantly are forgetting Superman is not just fast and strong and all this shit. His brain is also super.
That's right. They always made that point.
These problems, these normal people problems and so on, he could solve them in milliseconds.
Yeah, and the whole thing Lex Luthor was doing, there's no way they could outsmart him like that. With, with these moves, there's no way that could happen. Because
but do you know who they can outsmart? Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Which they do. Because he never changes into Superman, ever. He always stays Clark Kent, who's clumsy, who can be outsmarted, who doesn't know what to say to his girlfriend, and things like that. Yeah. Oh my God! Yeah, Supergirl. So the story.
Go ahead. Tell the story.
Have you read the original story, by the way, here from
No.
Tom King, which also sucks, by the way. Yeah. I've also not read it, but I know what the story is about. And I know that they changed even... This story sucks, but it's even better than the movie. The movie is even worse than the source material, which already sucked balls. And you have to really try hard to manage that. Because in the original story, at the end, it's a True Grit rip-off, which doesn't make any sense with Supergirl. Because True Grit, you have this old, experienced character and this young girl. And the old, experienced character, the Marshal here, John Wayne, I'm talking about the original version,
right?
Not the remake. But also the remake is kind of the same, but not exactly the same. But I didn't like the remake. I like the John Wayne version. And it makes sense that he kind of hates life, is depressing and constantly in a bad mood and things like that because of his experience of life. And he knows what it means to kill somebody. And so this dynamic makes sense in True Grit. But how the fuck does that make sense in Supergirl? Greg, can you explain that to me?
It doesn't.
With a 23-year-old who had never killed anybody in her life, who doesn't even interact with humans because she don't like them for reasons.
And that's basically zero life experience.
Yeah. And so she wants to prevent a girl from getting revenge of the murder of her parents, because murder is something bad. Because why is it so bad to murder somebody? You have never murdered anybody. But in this movie, that's where she murdered the people.
Right.
But how, with my understanding, it was the first time or not?
Yes.
Because it was not established that she's...
Of course, I guess that we don't know this backstory to this particular version of Supergirl, so they could come out and have her have murdered a bunch of people before, but as far as I know, this was... And the original book, I looked into it, she did not murder them.
And in this story also, she doesn't murder anybody in this story. That's not a backstory.
They talked to the writer of this garbage, and she didn't know that. She had misunderstood. She thought that he got murdered.
Yeah, at the end, because and do you want to laugh? I know the panels from the comic book from the end, and so somebody who doesn't pay attention to, because it's not spoken out that she doesn't kill him. But when you watch closely to the panels, to the comic book panels, you see that he moves his head. So you see that he's not dead.
Right. And she was too fucking lazy to actually see that.
And she admitted,
and now you know how she did it. You're saying that you looked at it and you know exactly how she did it. She was too lazy to properly read it. And that checks.
Yeah. It's so sad. And also the story in the comic book, at least, they don't kill the bad guy at the end. Supergirl, she puts him into the Phantom Zone. And the Phantom Zone in this universe whatsoever works differently with time. So he is, for us, just a short time in the Phantom Zone, but he spends years, centuries or whatever in there. And then he comes back. For us, just minutes maybe or whatever, but for him, years and years and years, and he backs about his life and says he has changed and things like that, and is regretting and so on. That's the context to that.
And we need to talk about how they made it into this Mad Max type thing, where they're constantly that they have these guys are not only rapists and they kidnap young girls, so that they can have a society of all men.
How does that society work, Greg? Can you explain this society to me? How does that work?
That's what I was going to ask you. It makes no fucking sense. And how would these people who are these living day to day, clearly on the edge of survival, and they're worried about an all male race? It makes no sense at all. As a character, all these characters, they wouldn't give a flying fuck about the future generation. They wouldn't care about that stuff. It's insane. All the writing makes no sense. Just like in the Mad Max movies, it made no sense.
Greg, this kind of writing or storytelling, would you think this comes from an adult mind? Something like, oh, well, no, the bad guys, they are an all-male race. Do you know where I expect this kind of thinking of storytelling? I expect this from a child.
Yeah,
From
grade
a
school.
little child,
A
10
grade
year
school,
old.
8,
Yeah.
10, 12, maybe 12. Not
Yeah.
even 14 or 15.
Yes, he or she would come up with something like, yeah, an all male race, they're all evil, whatever. And then the sun, we have a green sun, a green sun. Of course, if somebody has zero understanding from how physics work or something like that, then he can even come up with something stupid like that. Even if it is from the comics, yes, because as I said, the source material is also garbage.
Oh yeah, it's from a 2022 version or something
Yeah,
of Supergirl.
Tom
One
King
of this
or
latest
whatever.
fifth wave feminist version. So
Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me.
yeah, and even if it is something is in the comic book and is already bad in the comic book, it doesn't make sense there. Why you use that in your movie? Because when you make
because they're pushing an agenda, Cub. You know why they're doing it.
so
Don't
they
act
really
shocked.
don't care. They don't give a fuck.
They're on autopilot. They're pushing that agenda, and there's nothing. I got no other explanation for it, because it just keeps happening.
Yeah, and so can you?
It makes no sense. You ruin your movie. I mean, you're chasing off a bunch of people, and
They're going to ruin the entire DC series, the comic series. They keep shit up.
They already have.
As somebody who has any understanding of comics, Marvel, DC, whatever, who just knows a little bit what these comics are about. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and here and with Marvel, here Spider-Man, and so on. Would anybody come up with the idea? We make my first movie is Superman and my second movie is Supergirl. If I want to establish a DC universe, who would ever come up to say Supergirl has to be my second movie? You would make it maybe the 10th one in the universe or something like that, because Supergirl is not even a top 50 character. It's just a derivative character from Superman. What you call it, deviant or derivative, or what you call it. Greg? Bazzil?
He's here. His headset just cut out on him for a minute.
Yeah, but Bazzil, you know comic books or not?
Basil's here.
Yeah,
I didn't run away yet.
You know comic books or not? Superman. Batman,
He's our expert on them.
Yeah, but you know the difference between Marvel and DC or not? Hello?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and would you, if this is your universe, you have to build it, and you would say, my first movie is Superman, would you say, and my second movie has to be Supergirl? Or would you go maybe with another character that is more important?
Like Batman. Come on. Somebody popular.
Who is this Batman guy you are constantly talking about?
Or at least Wonder Woman if you're going to do a character.
Or Green Lantern, or Martian Manhunter, or 10 other ones I could directly pull.
They're doing. They're saying now that they're doing that lantern thing. I guess that's the Green Lantern, but they said they were embarrassed about calling it green.
But Greg, you are completely wrong. The way to go is Creature Commandos, Superman, Supergirl, then Clayface.
And don't forget Peacemaker 2 with a gay sex.
Peacemaker 2.
What was that movie?
Yeah. And
Peacemaker series. They went with gay orgies in it.
Yeah. And Swamp Thing.
James Gunn.
Yeah. Greg. And Swamp Thing. Before I introduce Batman.
Right?
That's the way to go or not?
It's insane. Gunn's got to go, man. He's got to go. I think he's gonna go.
Zero. I always thought that this Kevin Feige guy is a hack, that he has zero knowledge about comic books whatsoever, because he proves it constantly with the movies with Marvel, that he's not that big of a comic book fan as people think he is. But this Gunn guy, I think he has never, ever read a Superman comic in his life.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't believe, because making of Superman's parents the evil guys and then doubling down on it in Supergirl, even when everybody on this planet says, no, that can't be true, this is a fake out, why should somebody do that? And even defenders of stupid Superman, they said, yeah, but this Kal-El thing, he's going to retcon that in Supergirl and change that, and he doubled down on it in Supergirl.
Well, they can't help themselves. They got to promote their woke agenda, come hell or high water.
Yeah, and now Supergirl plays a big part in Superman Part 2 here in Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, normally you would think, oh, this movie bombed so hard, it's the biggest flop ever. You would, even if you had Supergirl in your next movie, you would write her out, or not?
Yeah, they kept reducing her time in this movie before they released it. They cut out like 25, 30 minutes or something. Do you know how much it cost to shoot, 25 minutes of film footage? That's like
hundreds of thousands.
Tens of millions, Q, that they cut out.
Yeah.
But no, Greg, you got it completely wrong. The movies Gunn makes are super cheap. He constantly is telling us that. This tax here papers, which says that he has spent 350 million or 400 million. They are completely wrong, Greg.
He lies constantly, Cub. He's always lying.
Yeah. So he makes the movies for super cheap. They just have to make $10 at the box office, and they are already made a profit, as you know. They are not catastrophic failures, biggest failures ever in history. Supergirl didn't lose $300 million.
and we should mention the backlash where they're like blaming the fans. I think it's really starting to catch up with them. This blaming the fans shit is blowing up in their face. Finally, like it should have blown up in their face 10 years ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah, but I don't understand, Greg. When she said that she doesn't like Christians or Christian dads or whatever,
right?
And when somebody asked her if Supergirl is gay, and she says, yeah, she hinted on that.
Did you see the?
Greg, didn't you immediately buy your tickets when you heard that? When you saw that?
Well, not yet. But when I heard her joke about spiking Superman's drink at a bar, then I knew it was my kind of movie. Did you hear her? Did you hear her do that?
No, I didn't even.
Yeah. She said, after she said that she was gay, she said if they went to a bar, she would probably spike Superman's drink.
Yeah.
She's talking about how they'll do that to Rob and rape and stuff.
Yeah,
but apparently it's hilarious because he's a male. But
Greg, you have to understand, Superman is an asshole because he wants to help people.
Constantly. I know, but what if Superman had made that joke about her?
It would have been racist. It would have been anti-feminine.
Yeah.
He would have lost everything.
Putting something in a drink of a woman. That would go well.
She made that comment on this same press tour. I thought you'd heard that one. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go get a beer. while Cub serenades y'all with the, I don't know, something.
Yeah, but Basil, could
So
you
what's the next movie on the tap?
Oh, the next movie on the tap is Citizen Vigilante.
Who? Citizen Vigilante?
Yeah, the Uwe Boll movie.
That's another one I didn't get to see.
But why?
Marvelous internet
It was
connections.
for free. It was for free on X.
Free doesn't matter when you have limited internet accessibility
Yeah, you have to get German in.
and limited time to watch these 15, 20 movies that you come up with every time. We need to work on a deal to shorten this movie list a bit.
You have to get German internet because it's a superior internet.
Well, not everybody is fortunate enough to have the fancy squirrels that Germany has. The U.S. only has limited amounts of gray squirrels.
Yes, you shouldn't have won the stupid war. Then you would have now have German internet. But you said no, we don't need German internet. We are going to win the war and have our own internet. And yeah, okay. So, sorry, Basil. Yeah. So,
So tell me about the movie.
The movie is Death Wish in Europe. It's somebody running around killing people who criminals, and is chased by the police or Interpol or whatever.
Okay, I am back. Was ist los, mein Herr?
Well, just those you missed a lot.
Okay, so I heard
he was explaining the magical squirrels of Germany.
Oh,
how they're superior to the U.S.
I know it is.
And they've always maintained the high quality internet connections.
Yeah.
So he was probably singing Deutschland über alles.
Of course. Of course. No, I told him he has.
No, you were mentioning Death Wish, so it's got to be this latest movie. And I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking how the Death Wish movie came out, in 73 or 4, and it kind of reflected the people's the feeling of the time of how everything was being overrun in the early 70s, and drugs had went wild, and there was a lot of rape and murder, and the feeling, the gestalt of the people was reflected by that movie, and it had a lot of people like the director and the actor got a lot of heat from the people of the time.
Yeah, and
but,
Greg, you'd have to mention something for people who are not aware of these facts.
But I just wanted to say the reaction to this movie reminded me of the reaction to the Death Wish movie back there.
But you left out a very important fact with Death Wish. Why it got.
Well, I think like with other movies, other classic movies, when it's better that you stick with one instead of having to try to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You start to lose the focus after the second movie.
Okay, hang on. Let's hear Cub's point. What were you saying, Cub?
The reason why Death Wish got so much flack back then, or criticism from some press and whatever, was that the people that were killed in Death Wish, most of them were kind of
minority
immigrants, minority, blacks, Hispanic, etc. And so that's the comparison with this one, because in this one he also kills mostly immigrants, who are the problem here, by the way. And you can really say that this is just a Death Wish.
I think what you're saying is what the Death Wish movie did was reflect the reality that people were experiencing, and that's why it got such heat. And you're saying that's what's happening now because it's reflecting the reality that people are experiencing. It's getting the same heat from the same type of people. And these are the same people who bring the immigrants into these countries, not caring about the damage they do. Go ahead,
Yes,
Cub.
exactly. So the movie itself, what the movie is about, is a very serious subject matter, and it got banned here in Germany. It not really got banned; it just didn't got the
No
allowance
theater releases.
to get released, because when you want to get a release here in Germany in theaters, you have to get a rating. And
No, like the old British system.
yeah, like your rating, like PG or NS17 or R rating, a rating. You need a rating that you can you are allowed that a publisher is allowed to publish your
You know, I
product.
hate all your little silly rules. They're designed to prevent people from having something called freedom.
Yes,
And on
Greg,
this weekend, our 250th anniversary, I'm calling you out, Germany.
yes, Greg, I give you a good example. You have in the US not a similar system. You have a system that is also with rating PG and C17 and R rated, but you also have the freedom. You can say, like the Terrifier movies, fuck your stupid rating. I'm releasing my movie
unrated,
without
right?
unrated, and of course,
and you
unrated
can't do that there.
means unrated means in the US, when I understood it correctly, that it is 18 and older. That means unrated or not.
That sounds right. I don't know. I don't know the exact rules.
From my understanding, unrated just means you have to be an adult.
Yeah, that sounds logical.
And that's it. But in
Right.
Germany, we don't have that. In Germany, when you don't get any rating, when you don't even get an X rating or whatever, you are not able to publish your movie.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's
form.
a bad rule. That's an anti-freedom rule, right?
Yeah. So we have 8 people sitting in a room. It's called FSK. Yeah. 8 people who have zero to do with movies or anything. They're housewives, partially, things like that. And they decide for 82 million people what they are allowed to watch and with which age they are.
That's what they're trying to do. They're pretty much doing the same thing here. They're trying hard to make it that way here too.
Yeah. And these 8 people decided, because normally they have to rate a movie, and if a movie is too hard, then it gets an R rating, and that's it. Or like with pornography, an X rating, and that's it. But they decided, in the case of Uwe Boll, because the movie it's not that hard, I would say PG-13, or what would you say?
It doesn't meet their agenda.
Here, Greg, have you seen it or not?
No, I haven't. Sorry.
But it was for free. Even Elon Musk, he put it 2 days for free on X.
I've never watched anything on X. I wasn't aware of that. I've never, I don't really do the X thing. I have an account. I've never used it.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. X has become weird, worthless.
I don't know. Let's say I'm not a fan of the movie, but I'm a fan of.
It's one of your least favorite directors.
Yeah.
One you make fun of. But
I'm a fan of talking about the subject matter, that people get aware of the problem with the immigrants and so on. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And I think Death Wish did that back in the 70s too. It became a spark that lit a political fire. So it might do the same thing here. I'm telling you, it did. We're talking specifically about New York. Look at the
Yeah, but
decline in New York, and then look what happened after the movie and how they came in and they revitalized it.
the problem is
I'm
Uwe
giving you
movie
a historical parallel.
is
I'm not
not
saying it's the same thing. I'm saying it's a
it's not
parallel.
on the level of Death Wish with movie making. Death Wish is a really good movie. It's a
Right.
well-made movie.
Yeah.
But this thing is not. This thing is garbage,
Well-
embarrassing. It's so poorly made
Oh,
that
God.
and this director is a hack, and there's just one scene in the movie at the end where he kills an Arabic family, a whole Arabic family, because the son of them was part of a gang that raped a girl. And he goes there and not just kills him, he also kills his father, his mother, his sister, and so on, and his friends. And that's the problem with the movie. That's why it didn't get a rating here. And it's the only scene that is problematic, or what it is about. All the rest of the movie is kind of 95% complete garbage, poor filmmaking, stupid
Oh, God.
as fuck story.
I
that
see what
doesn't
you
make
mean
any
about
sense.
comparing it to Death Wish.
Yeah,
It
to
doesn't compare in those regards at all, does it?
at all. But the problem is, many people here just think, especially in the alternative media, they have zero knowledge about entertainment and the woke stuff and the problems that we are facing. The people that are really into this stuff, they have no idea. They haven't even seen the movie. They talk about it like it's like Death Wish, or it shows the problems and you have to watch it and you have to support it and things like that. Talking completely out of their ass, and it's just embarrassing, this whole situation. Even people here in here with you in America, like Nerdrotic or Film Thread and so on, they are not telling the people the truth about the movie. It's like with Project Hail Mary, where they just conveniently leave out things that don't support their agenda, and just making it like, it's not very good movie, but it's really important, blah blah blah, and never addressing the movie itself, the story.
Why not just tell the truth? The movie sucks, but it brings up an important discussion point.
Yeah, and this is the only thing how you can talk about this movie and try to be honest. But as I said, my problem, I'm so disappointed. Somebody like Alan Inc. here from Film Thread, I think he gave it a 9.5 out of 10 or something like that.
Wow.
Rating.
The politics, huh?
And sorry, this movie is on the level of Tape, of my first movie here.
Oh,
Tape.
my God.
We are talking about this level.
No, man.
And it's not even so well structured as as Tape.
That's funny. Yeah, I got a clear picture. Made. I got a clear picture now, Cub. I really do.
It's so poorly made. It's embarrassing. Even calling it a movie it's a joke. It's a joke. And so I would say we are talking about this one really this time for real next stream. What do you think? If we then still want to talk about it.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That ends the movie section. We have our TV section, Battlestar Galactica. Now, I watched the Living Legend episode, which was on the part, and I listened to you talking to Mike about you seeing it in Germany. And Bazzil, what Cub saw was the Living Legend spliced in with Fire and Space. because I was
Yes.
wondering why was Cub talking about all this, fire everywhere, and that was a totally separate episode. It had nothing to do with it. But then I looked on the web and I found out how they had edited those together, and it makes sense. So yeah, I know.
Yeah, but Greg,
go ahead, Cub.
Greg, I haven't watched for this stream today. I didn't just watch here Living Legend. I watched the whole Battlestar Galactica TV series. I just finished few minutes before our stream.
That's cool.
Finished Galactica 1980.
Right.
Where you said it's the best one of all of them.
Okay, the Starbuck episode. the Starbuck episode is the best of the 1980s, and maybe the best of the whole series. It's hard to say. It depends on what it was. I'm not sure if you even saw the right episode.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. Starbuck Returns, the return of
Starbuck Returns. Right.
Last episode.
So they've got the humor. What I saw in that episode was what was going to be Battlestar Galactica 1980 before they destroyed the show and cut it. And this was what it was going to be. You were going to have some humor. That you were going to have one of the Cylons come over and be a part of the team. That was Cy. He was going to. Can you imagine that? It would have been great.
Did you know that I never knew? Because today I have watched Galactica 1980. I never knew that they have edited together because you know that we have 3 Galactica movies.
Yeah.
And the third movie is called here in Germany End of the Odyssey. The Odyssey ends when they come to Earth.
Didn't they edit the Wolfman Jack episode in with
Yeah, they edited the first episode from the series here, Galactica Discovers Earth, Part 1. They edited this one together with Night of the Silence.
I know.
And Night of the Silence.
I read about that.
And now comes the funny thing, Greg.
Okay.
I never knew that originally they went back to Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
And had a Schindler's List episode.
Yeah. They did.
And when I saw that, I thought, huh? And also the time travel. I never knew about that.
You remember what they were doing in Nazi Germany? They had to help the Nazis.
I know. The good guys.
The good guys. They were there to because they were the best hope against the Cylons. It makes sense.
And if they would have succeeded, Greg, if they would have succeeded, then Bazzil would have now have German internet, the superior internet, or not the stupid American garbage. Sorry.
Oh, you went a long way for that joke. I appreciate that. That is funny. You're right. You're right about that. The Nazi episode, how they went back in time to help them. Oh my God.
Yeah. So Bazzil, you can thank stupid Starbuck. You can thank stupid Starbuck for your internet. Okay.
Okay. Do you remember the episode where the bald-headed guy is chasing the scouts that they sent to Earth?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God. That was one of the worst episodes of all time anywhere.
Yeah.
If you ever talk to Mike, me and Mike would watch that episode. I got it on DVD, and we would laugh our asses off at it.
Yeah.
We literally mocked it. They had, you just watched 1980. It was terrible, but but the original series does stand on its own.
I know. I watched it yesterday. As I said, I watched the whole series for the stream, and I finished yesterday. I finished the original series, and today I watched 1980, so that I have finished it completely. And I wanted to talk about you, not just about. I just wanted to tell you, we are not just going because I know you have seen them all, like me, and we
Yep.
can talk about the whole series. We don't have to talk just about Living Legend.
I know, but at least I know Bazzil has seen the series in total, but it's been a while, and so we at least watched Living Legend just recently. So he can't say he didn't watch any of it.
Hey, can you tell me where Balthazar, where he got? Because he was just, he's just lost in Galactica 1980. There's no Balthazar anymore.
Oh,
And my
Baltar,
last,
you mean?
Baltar, yeah. And my last information is when he tried to escape, his escape was prevented
Well,
the last time we saw him. Baltar tried to escape, but they could trick him with the silence that didn't work properly, and so he couldn't escape.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
so he's still in their brick, or what?
Okay, the last I remember was he made a deal with Adama, and Adama agreed to set him on a planet with a short-range transmitter.
Yes, that's correct. That's right.
Remember that?
Yeah,
That's what happened to Baltar.
That happened to Baltar. Oh, thanks for the reminder, because
he was like, he wanted a long-range transmitter, and Adama's like short-range only. So
yes, and they made that in the last episode of the regular series. The
I
Hand
think
of
so.
God.
Yeah.
Because they needed the information from Baltar where.
Because remember, they attacked the base stars like
the base
like
star,
Kane
where,
did.
Yeah,
they went after 2 or 3 of them.
No, they just went after one, and they needed the information where, because they wanted to attack it also from the inside, and they needed.
Oh, that's right. It was one, wasn't it? Yeah.
They needed the information where the commando is on the base star. They didn't know where the command is.
It was one of my favorite episodes. That also had the where they were in the, where they got the messages from Earth, from our Apollo landing.
Yeah, and so, and also I have now watched all of the Galactica episodes, and I discovered that the only really good ones are the 2-part episodes, 2 or 3-part episodes. But the single episodes, among them are the worst ever. That's what I discovered. So every time I saw at least at the beginning, because at the end it got better because the Hand of God is a single episode, and it's a good one. And
they also had the Hand of God episode in the remake of Galactica, which I think is the only one that has the same title.
Yeah, could be. It's 20 years ago that I watched that, or 15 years ago, because I watched that back then when it came out.
In my mind, I remember it because originally in the 70s, they were the Hand of God episode. They were showing the pyramids and stuff, and I was thinking, the Hand of God is they're seeing God's work here. There's the pyramids and all their religious stuff. And then later, it occurred to me that the Hand of God is what they were cupped in and protected by through all that stuff.
Yes.
So that's how I see that.
I think there's some of the episodes, like Gun on Ice Planet Zero.
Yeah, that's one of Mike's favorites.
It reminded me on the Guns of Navarone. This German title, but I don't know if it's English
that's
also.
the Guns of Navarone. I know what you mean. Gregory Peck, David Niven.
Yeah,
you're right.
I was constantly. I thought, oh my God.
How they gather the team. And they had that weird thing where the husband and wife were like arguing with each other, which was a 70s thing. You know what I mean? Because divorce had gotten big in America. It bleeded over into our entertainment. If you look through, you know what I'm saying? They were constantly, nobody had a good marriage. They were all arguing with each other, or they were divorced, or something like that. And that do you remember from that episode, the Gun on Ice Planet Zero, the husband and wife arguing?
Yeah, and they were both prisoners, by the way. Also, they were both in prison, and it was their chance to redeem themselves, something like that.
Yeah. Did they get left somewhere too? I think I'm not sure what their. Maybe they just got out of prison.
No, the
I forget what their deal was.
husband died, I think, during the mission, and
The wife killed him.
No.
I know.
But yeah,
She only pushed him, and the
no,
Cylon got him. She pushed him out there, and the Cylon got him, right?
No, one of my favorite episodes from these two-parters, I think, is War of the Gods. Because
really?
Yeah, because
would Count Ibley?
Yeah, with this guy that.
Okay, now when they go down on that planet, do you think that was the Battlestar of Commander Kane? You know what I'm talking about, where Count Ibley ends up trying to kill them?
I don't know.
Because that was Sheba. They didn't want Sheba to look inside, if you remember, and that's been a thing that's been debated among Galactica.
Yeah, you have to
people.
explain that to me, because I was a little bit confused why we weren't able to. You mean the guy from Living Legend? That was his ship?
Yeah, and that was his daughter.
Oh my God! Now but
that's
Greg,
why I think they didn't want her to look in there.
Now I get it, because I thought, why didn't they show us who is there? I didn't really get that, but now I get it. Oh my God! So this episode is even better than I thought it already is, because I really liked the fact that this guy he was supposed to be kind of the devil, or like something like an
yeah, they used
a fallen angel.
The words they were using, the names they were using, were other names for the devil.
Yeah, because he was really something like a fallen angel. Like he was not with the others anymore. He walked among men and just wanted his own had his own agenda, and the others wanted kind of like, it was really like heaven and hell or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I really like that. And one episode that I couldn't stand was The Man with the 9 Lives.
Oh my God, Starbuck's father?
Yeah.
That was a weird episode.
I thought
that's where they had the No Man or something, where they'd pull their thing. Yeah, I know exactly the one you're talking about. That was not a favorite. It was like a shoe-in. What they had that actor. He was really old. He used to be like he was a famous star back when he was young, but he was really old. And I think they had signed him, and they just wrote the episode to have something he could do.
Yeah, because my problem is
he was a famous dancer.
My problem with this episode is when you want to show a character, making him kind of a cool guy, not always with the law, but somebody you would root for, with something like an underdog or whatever, who is kind of sympathetic or something like that. Still, even when he commits crimes or whatever. But for me, this didn't work at all with this guy, how he was portrayed. because the damage that he did to other people and to get his way, I thought it made him more unsympathetic than saying, "Oh yeah, this guy here, it's okay," or whatever. For me, they couldn't sell that to me, that this is somebody I should root for or something like that. It just didn't work to me. Also, how he used other people and so on to get his way. I didn't like that at all. I thought, what is this asshole? I hope he's not his father. Yeah, but
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, Bazzil, he went out. I didn't recognize that even.
Aye.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. Is there more that you would like to talk about here with Battlestar Galactica?
Well, let's see if Bazzil has something to say about the episode we watched. Do you remember watching it, Bazzil? Living Legend, where he went after Baltar?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, the whole
you remember
Battlestar Galactica.
Remember when Kane took it right down the middle?
Yeah.
It was awesome. And we were just discussing the other episodes, whether Kane survived. I think he clearly survived that battle, mainly because he was right. He knew Baltar would back his ass out, right? I mean,
yeah. Yeah.
He knew it wasn't going to be 3-on-1. He knew Baltar, you know. And the thing is, Baltar gave himself away as soon as he started backing off, and they said, "Oh, one base star is retreating." He's like, "That'll be Baltar's ship targeted."
Yeah.
That's how the cowards always get themselves killed. I thought that was hilarious.
I would say probably War of the Gods is probably the best episode of the whole series, just because now you explained the ending to me, because this is such a serious dark direction where it went with that. Do you really need balls to do something like that? And from then on, it could have been really, really a serious.
And you could see serious. You could see how Commander Kane would get sucked in by somebody like that in a desperate situation like that. And the guy was waiting for him to be at his lowest. He'd probably been waiting for his chance to get to Kane forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know. And
I think this with this episode, this is the episode that showed most the potential of the series that it could have. When they really went there and really because the most time it was a little bit too silly for me.
And their comedy never hit. What I'm saying on the Spy episode in 1980, I saw that as like you had the dark side of Galactica, but they needed to be able to have a little humor like Star Trek did, and I think they were finally finding their way. You know, don't just have the Cylons walk around like that, but have them actually be funny. Have them part of the human team. You know, I don't know. Maybe because it was what could have been, and it was the last episode of Battlestar Galactica that was ever worth a fuck until the remake.
Yeah, really. And 1980, you can completely erase that from history. It's so bad, really.
It's so bad. We don't consider it Galactica. Galactica fans don't, other than that one episode, right? That's
and also I don't like these fantasy elements when they use Germans as bad guys. Nobody believes that. That doesn't make any sense.
We went back to Nazi Germany to help them develop. It was crazy. They were the good guys.
Hey, and really, and something like that. And I thought, oh my God, this censorship here. Of course, they would have never shown that here in Germany.
No, they wouldn't even show the Nazi episode of Star Trek, right?
Yeah. constantly. The censorship here in Germany is crazy. You have no idea.
And it's not like those are pro-Nazi, episodes. It's ridiculous. They don't get any nuance, and they're so crazy over there. I worry about you guys. You don't have air conditioning. It's getting hotter. You refuse to build any nuclear plants. Oh my God. I told y'all again and again. I've warned Germany so many times. I've warned Germany.
We are here under the dark rulers, here the Green Party. These are the worst fascists on the planet. They pretend here the eco-fascists. They come with, we have to save the environment, protect the plants or the animals. We have to get rid of power plants. We have to get rid of humans because they make too much CO2. These are the most inhumane people on Earth.
I totally agree.
They want the people to get rid of their children so we have less CO2.
I know they do. I know how crazy
that's
they are.
Their politics.
I know.
But the strange thing is, none of these fucked up rules or ideas they come up with ever apply to themselves.
Yeah, it's just it's like a nightmare, Greg. Living here is really like a nightmare, and I really, if people not waking up.
I mean, I joke about it, but I take it very seriously. I feel it. I feel the oppression. You live in a oppressive state, Cub. It's terrible. It's nightmarish. I understand. I really do. It's 1984 and Brave New World and all of it rolled together.
Everything together. And the thing is, here, Burly Bear. It's German, by the way. He is listening to us.
Hey,
yeah,
it's our buddy.
Yeah,
Bolshevik, fascist.
Yeah, he tries to explain what I have said.
Narcan Zionist Walker.
Yeah,
that was a long. You got to give me credit. I got the first two.
Yeah, it's called Ashkenazist Zionist.
There you
Walker.
go.
Yeah.
Well, I always put the different emphasis on Zion, or maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah, no, everybody knows what you mean, and they are just the bad people. But as I said, we here in Germany, it's getting dangerous for the people. And can you remember? I said that back then, years ago, 10 years ago, or 8 years ago. I was arguing with Brent and the other stupid fucks. And they were telling me, no, it's not like 1984. You are making this up and things like that. The whole time.
Yeah, you remember I was there telling them you were right.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah. And now see where now nobody can deny it. Nobody. It's open. Everybody knows. Outside Germany, everybody knows anyway. And even here in Germany, they can't hide it any longer. What is going on here? They have to ban movies with tricks. But Greg, isn't that really poor? Instead of banning the movie for a reason, for whatever reason, they could just ban it or not, because we have movies banned here in Germany.
Okay.
They don't ban it. They just don't.
Oh yeah, they refuse to give it the rating. That's what I said. That's the kind of
But isn't that a trick?
Yeah, your whole system is designed like that. It's where you can vote, but nobody will get with your party.
Acknowledge it.
Yeah, no one will whatever they call it with the AFD. You don't have a democracy. You do not have a democracy. I'm sorry, you don't.
It's just like telling people, yes, you are able to vote, but you don't get any ballots from us that you can vote on.
Oh, you can vote, but your vote is meaningless.
Yeah. or you don't get a pencil that you can write your vote on the ballot or something like that.
They're using some trick.
These are tricks.
It's just so underhanded. It's just gaslighting on such a massive scale.
Yeah, and so what do you think when a system is at this point where they have to play tricks to get what
to get viewers?
How long can a system like that stand? When they're at this point where they have to play cheap tricks, have to blend out news, have to rely on the
well, I can tell you how I see it. The AFD is like steam building up. The more people are voting for it, because that steam is the German people trying to make a change using a corrupt system that doesn't let them express their vote unless they agree with all these other people. So,
but Greg, didn't you get the news?
Sooner or later, the steam is going to build up.
Greg, do you know when the people get asked what would you vote, and then they say if this weekend people were able to vote, then this party would get this percentage. Do you know that?
I've seen that. And AFD
what is that called in English? When you ask people before the official voting is in 2 years or whatever, but you ask people today.
It's a poll.
Yeah. Didn't you get the news, Greg? The poll says since 2 months the AFD didn't get even 1%. There were 29%. 2 months ago, and they are stuck on 29% since 2 months. From the official poll, the one from the government, from the government media, from mainstream media. So officially,
they
are not
polls.
Really? Do you
I'm
think
sorry
so?
to tell you that.
No, but don't you think it's completely normal that a party gets to 29% in weeks or months, and then stuck there? The situation gets worse and worse and worse every day, but for reasons it seems to stuck there. So do you think this is not normal? No, but we talked about the tricks. Everything is just on tricks. It's just this is normally when a system is shortly before the end. When you only have weeks to go or something like that. Then you see something like that.
Well, they're gaslighting the German people constantly, and they've been doing it so long. And they've got all these little tiny just bullshit regulations. It's frustrating. I really feel for y'all guys. I really do.
Yeah. So we have elections for the county. You know what I mean? Not for the whole country. For the separate counties here, Bundesländer. And these elections start in September. They start in East Germany. And then every few months, the next county is voting. It's
AFD does really good in East Germany.
Yeah, it's like you can compare it like you can vote in Texas just for the Texan government, and you can also vote for the whole country.
We have like in Houston, we have city, county, state, and then federal.
Yeah, and so these elections, they are coming now up on the lower level of just for the counties, and they start in September. And in the East, by the way, the AFD is not just is the strongest party. It can build the government on its own. It's over 50% strong. in East Germany.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and
The East Germans are getting their voting rights taken away because they keep voting for AfD and they're not allowed to, form a government.
Yeah, and but in East Germany they can't. The AfD is that strong that they can't rig anything there, because even in the polls we talked about, they have over 50%.
Oh wow, that's
And
huge.
I don't mean 50%. I mean there are 42%, but all the others are also just 42%.
Right.
And then you have 6%.
No, I got it. That's true. And then you got the other stuff.
Yeah, that's, I mean, with 50%. I mean, if they would vote now exactly like the poll, they could build the government for the county, for the state, on their own without any other party, because all other parties are just one party. They have different names. They call themselves Green Party and Socialists and CDU and things like that, or Left Party, but they all work together against.
Yeah, they do. They do. And that shouldn't be legal. That is not a democracy. Y'all guys do not have a functional democracy. You can't set up a parliamentary system and then have it all rigged against one of the participants. That's not a true democracy.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but Greg, do you want to
socialist?
Now they have changed the law before the election, that the party that is in charge with over 50%, that they can't put in judges, for example. They changed the law that now you don't need just.
That's
over
specifically
50%.
aimed. That's aimed at the AfD.
Yeah,
that's messed up.
Now you need not 50%. You need 75%,
which is impossible under your system.
And they changed that to prevent. I mean, this is what because they hope that because they have their people everywhere in every important role. They have
the deep state, or as Trump would call it, the swamp.
Yeah, they have their own people, and they hope that these people could prevent any changes till they come again in power. And this would use two functions, because people are just stupid. They have no idea how politics work. So AfD tries to make a change, but because they changed it, that they can't put in their judges and things like that, or their people can't put them even in the places where they're needed. The whole years where AfD is in power, they can't do anything. And so the others that prevented that can win the next elections in 4 years, telling the people, look, AfD is in power, but everything is even worse than before. Right. And who makes it worse? Because their own people are still in the functions. Because the sheep here in Germany are too stupid they have no idea how the system works. And that's what I'm fearing, kind of. But you see the problem I'm talking about, or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's become more of a socialist government, leading on the verge back to communism, really.
Yeah, this is. It's really. It's serious. This is everything here. It's getting really serious, and even when the AfD comes into power, it doesn't automatically mean that they are even able to change anything. If you understand what I mean. because
Mhm.
the swamp is still, as Greg said, the swamp is here. It's like in the US. You have to get rid of the people here on the lower levels who are making the stuff every day.
Yeah,
And
you got to clean them out. You got to get in power, and then you got to clean those people out.
yeah,
As long as those people are in positions, they're gonna.
It's the same way here in the United States. You know, we
It's
got
like Borley Bear's trying to say. You've got to form a coalition, and they refuse to form the coalition with the AFD. So you don't have a democracy. I don't know what you do in that situation. I really don't.
yeah. And as I told you, the thing is, they change laws that these laws were there since 50 years, 60 years. And they just changed them. They just said, okay, till now it was this way, how things went, but just because
they have no, it shows they have no respect for the democracy that they have created. They don't care about its tradition. All they care about is keeping power.
Yeah,
by whatever means necessary, and that makes them, the fascists. I'm sorry, but
they're calling us and the AfD and so on, and people like me, they're calling us fascists.
I know, but they're the fascists. I'm sorry. We both know it, and of course that's what they're going to do. But yeah, that's really, true, man.
It's really
it's sad, but you'll find a way out. I have faith in the German people that they're going to find a way out of this mess eventually. Could be a while.
Let's hope. So I would say let's go back to entertainment. We have still one thing to talk about.
Yeah, we've got Doctor Who, but I was hoping to wait for Kat to talk about Doctor Who. We were going to catch up with the last one and this one, and she couldn't. I guess she couldn't make it today. Do you want to just try and save this for next time? My battery's not doing too good.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Okay.
My headphones are dying.
Yeah.
Yes, we could, but
you can talk about it a little if you want. What is?
I have seen the 5 episodes.
Okay.
They are the last ones with the Master.
Right.
And it's
we're definitely going to talk about all of them, and you and Mike didn't really get to cover all of the last time, so we'll do like 2 or 3 seasons together, maybe.
Okay, and then let's say next time we talk about season 10 and season 11.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I know Kat was looking forward to talking about this, and then if we already talked about it, she doesn't feel like it's cool to bring it back up. So,
because in this season, it's the last season also for the companion here for Doctor Who. She this is the last time for her. She gets married in the last episode. Yeah,
that's
she leaves.
Cool,
she leaves the Doctor and also the Master. It's the last time he appears, and. Yeah. So next.
Did you saw my my latest Blue Max opening? Did you see how I opened with my Oiler Supergirl doing Oiler Greg channel over the Astrodome? That was cool, right?
Yes, at least you had Supergirl in there, not like the movie.
Right.
In the movie, there were no Supergirl seen anywhere.
That's Oiler Girl.
Yeah, Oiler Girl. Yeah, you had a better Supergirl movie here in your video. There was more.
There was probably more Supergirl and more action in my little opening than in the whole Supergirl movie. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, really, that's true. So next stream is planned for me for the 30th August.
Ooh.
So
I don't think
kind of soon, isn't it? We're doing July.
I think we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go later, Cub.
Really? You know that directly? What is
Yeah,
30th
I've already got
August?
something scheduled for that week, starting the 31st. I'll be down in Galveston, so I can't prepare for both of them.
Ah, okay.
So we can do it when I come back, maybe.
We could do it a week earlier or a week later, but
Yeah,
so
we can do it a week earlier if you want.
yeah,
What do you think? What do you think?
because earlier would be better, I think, because if we do it later, more stuff comes to it. And now it's just really not much. It's just 5 movies or something like that.
Yeah, let's do it earlier this time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
so okay, so I'm putting it on 23rd of August, and okay.
All right, sounds good.
So, and this time you can tell your brother the good news.
Yeah.
Tell him, yeah,
it's even earlier.
Yeah, you did. Okay, that people, when people wonder, and I'm as usual. I can tell you the movies we are going to talk about if you like to.
Yeah, let me know.
It's Minions and Monsters, Evil Dead Burn, the new Evil Dead movie, The Odyssey, of course, Spider-Boy, Brand New Day, of course, the new one, and at the End of Oak Street, and maybe Mutiny. That's a new Jason Statham movie, but we don't have to really. It's too close to our date, so the End of Oak Street is the end of it, I would say. So 5 movies, and of course, if we want to, we can talk about the ones that we couldn't talk about this stream, like Citizen Vigilante and
Hello?
Yeah, are you still there?
Are you there?
I'm here. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Why can't I hear any?
I can hear you.
I don't
Fine
know.
and clear.
Everything is
Bazzil's
down
back.
here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you. Yeah,
No problem at all. Crystal clear.
you have to hear harder, Greg. So, yeah, I think everything is set. Thanks for joining, and I would say see you next time. Okay. So
Absolutely. So July